Yeah, we back.
Hey.
What we doing? Yeah, we raising kings. What she doing? Yeah, she raising the king. What they doing? Yeah, they raising kings. Raising kings. Raising kings. What she doing? What he doing? Yeah, they raising kings. What I'm doing? What I'm doing? Yeah, I'm raising the king. Lady Love, what you doing? Yeah, she raising the king. We raising some kings. We raising some kings. Yeah. Raising Kings podcast.
And we back.
Yeah.
Like we never left.
Yeah.
Hey.
What's up, world?
What's up, y'all?
It's the Raising Kings podcast.
Yes.
Listen, we are back. I'm so sorry. It's been a long hiatus. It's been so much going on, but we're going to explain this to you. So that's why we're going to call this episode Getting Back to Business.
Getting back to business. Let's do it.
Yeah, my name is Sassy.
And it's your girl, Lady Love.
Hey, and we got a guest on the show.
That's right.
Mr.
Please
Hefe
welcome
Pepe.
Mr. Hefe
Hello,
Pepe.
hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's up,
Welcome,
what's up, what's up?
welcome.
What's
Our
up?
first real official
Yeah,
guest.
our first guest.
Yo, this is
Absolutely.
huge.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Wow,
I
this
just
is
felt like-
monumental
Yo, yeah.
right now.
Absolutely, ladies. Absolutely.
Okay.
Listen, you hear that
Absolutely.
suave voice, ladies?
Hey,
Hey.
suave.
I
Hefe.
I try.
Very good.
All I do is try.
What? Excuse me. Well, you know, this is just an episode that we're getting back. Like, it's been a lot going on. It's
Yes,
been like a whole process
definitely.
with me getting this house, and it's just been back-to-back issues. And but it's fine. I finally got settled in and everything like that. So,
Yes.
I definitely wanted to revamp,
It's
get
all
back
about
to
the
going.
struggle. It's all about the struggle.
And then, you know, we wanted to bring Mr. Hefe Pepe a part of the show because guess what? We needed that. We strong women, right?
Uh-huh.
We strong.
Absolutely.
We handle our business
That's
as
right.
mothers, as women,
That's right.
as socialites, whatever you want to call it.
That's right.
But
Raising these kings on our own.
At the end of the day, you need that man involved.
Yeah, that point
We
of
do.
view. You always
Yes,
need that,
you
you know,
need
that
the-
extra point of view.
Yeah.
You
You
know.
need the man because sometimes when we effing up as women, the man gotta say, "Bitch, what you doing?"
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but bitch, what you doing?
Absolutely.
So
You
that's
gotta
why I
get-
felt
you gotta
like
get checked once in a
that's
while.
right. Mr. Hefe Pepe got to be a part of it because
Right.
we need that.
Right.
Absolutely. You always need that other point of view just to, you know, touch bases on, you know, the ups and downs, the ins and outs.
Yep.
But
yep.
you have girls, right?
Absolutely.
How many do you
I have
have?
3 girls.
Excellent.
Whoa.
Beautiful.
3 girls.
Maybe ask the ages.
Well,
what we doing? Let me see.
well-
Give y'all ladies out there in
See,
radio
I
land a
really-
little peek into how
Man,
this
uh,
Mr. Hefe Pepe is.
well,
you know,
I'm
see.
I'm very young.
You raising teenage women? What
Well,
we at?
yeah, you know, I have a 3-year-old.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
Shut up.
I
That's
have-
it.
I have a
That's it.
a 9-year-old.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I also have a 23-year-old.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Such a gap.
Oh,
Yeah, well, you know,
my
I started
goodness.
very young.
Young. Okay. We'll give you that.
Very young.
yes.
Oh,
yes.
my
Yes.
goodness.
I understand.
So, you know, yeah, you know,
Whoa.
it's been a blessing for me. I'm very happy to have
Oh,
my
of
good
course,
for
man.
you.
Of course, of course. You know,
Very happy.
like no matter your circumstance, your children are always a blessing because, like, if you didn't have kids, it'll probably throw you in a different mind frame that you would probably just be down for whatever and do a bunch of crazy stuff that
Right.
you shouldn't be doing.
Right.
But kids
Right.
put everything into perspective and keep you calm,
Definitely.
cool, cordial, and say, "Yo, I gotta make it back home to my kids."
Right,
Yes.
absolutely. A friend of mine a long time ago had told me, he was like, listen, you're never going to know the feeling of when you have your kids and what it feels like to like if you would see, like you watch the news and you see these things happen in the
Right.
kids and stuff.
Right.
And if you don't really have a kid, I would think you
Right.
You numb to
kind
it.
of like really numb to it. But when you
Right.
have your
Exactly.
own, you could like really feel like, oh my God, if
You
that
connect.
was mine, it's
The-
like,
Right.
Yeah, you absolutely
Right.
100% connect.
right.
That's it. Like
Right.
you
You
just can't even fathom if that was your brother or your sister or your son or,
Right.
or whatever, you
Right.
know, unless you already have that significant other.
Right.
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 As such, you know, and it's harsh to say. Some people will be like, for instance, my sister love her to death. She feels like she has a dog and she absolutely loves her dog, and that's her son.
Right.
Okay, so when things happen,
Yeah.
or when my mom invites all of her daughters who have actual children
Right.
on a Mother's Day vacation, my sister is upset because she can't get like invited,
Right.
Because she
She's
has
not
a
a mother.
dog.
She has a dog.
She's a mother in her
Yeah.
sense, okay?
Right.
In
But-
her sense,
But it's-
she is a mother.
Yeah.
But nowadays, people with their pets, they really think they take.
But
This
here's
is
the
what
thing,
I'm
though.
trying
Really
to tell
serious.
you.
But here's the thing. I
And
have a dog,
especially-
so I understand. I understand
Listen,
that whole
but is
attachment
it-
to your dog.
Is it real bad? Like my sister, like has a problem with eating like, fish with the head on and stuff like that. Like she's like connected. She feels she's connected
Nah, that's
to
crazy.
these animals.
crazy,
So
'cause I'ma
she
eat a
feels
fish.
bad
She's
when
going
she
a little
eats
too- she's going a
them.
little too far
Yeah,
with that.
yeah.
This
She-
is
If it's
some,
a
this
fried
is
piece of
some,
fish, it's fried piece of fish with the
listen,
head.
I'm
She
sorry
needs
to
get
say,
down
but this is
and get
some
ugly with that
white
fish.
people shit happening to my black sister.
Wait a minute,
You
wait a minute.
understand what I'm saying,
Wait a
y'all?
minute,
I'm
wait a
trying to tell y'all
you
something.
said, wait, you said that. You said the white people's.
Listen, this
what-
is some
white
white
people
people,
shit.
shit.
But wait.
happening to my black sister.
Wait though, because I understand how she feel, but all that extra don't eat the fish with
This
the head and
is-
stuff, that's crazy.
listen,
Because
this-
I had another dog, Charlie, that passed
Yes.
away, and I cried
God
for
bless
that dog
his
for a
soul.
whole month. It was
Yes.
so depressing. It was
Yes.
terrible, and I was the type of person who was like, "F a dog. Why you crying over a dog? It's just a dog." But then you grow that attachment,
Right, it
and that
becomes
love.
if the dog becomes
Yes.
part of you,
Yeah.
it becomes part of
Yes,
family.
it does.
I mean, I've always had pets and I've had dogs and stuff, but
Nice.
I mean, and the thing about it is that dog becomes just like
Yeah,
a
man.
kid. It's like a
Yes,
child. I mean,
yes.
especially when you have it as a puppy. and
Like
you
I have
grow
a
them.
window. Yeah, I have a window. Like before Charlie, like my other place had this like a same type of scenario with the window and everything. And when he would know what time I'm coming home. He would be right by that window,
Absolutely.
wagging his tail,
Yeah.
ready for me to come
Absolutely.
in.
Yeah.
Those are the things that you miss.
Super
You know,
excited,
Right,
yeah.
those are
right.
things. So I understand, but all that I'm gonna tear a fish head up. I'm
I
gonna drink
told her
this
the
milk
same thing. I told her the
I'ma
same
eat this beef
thing.
and this chicken.
The same thing. Thinking, like, speaking of that, thank God, like, she's like, oh, taxes is here in around time or whatever. And she's complaining that she doesn't have any kids, so she's not going to get back enough money.
She gotta
She
get
tryna
the,
pop
So-
her
well,
dog.
she gotta get the
First
work.
of all-
She gotta get the work.
Yeah, tell her
I'm
pop
She gotta
one
get the
out.
work.
Listen, but just imagine. Can y'all imagine my sister having a child and her bringing this child up into, don't eat the animals and stuff like that? Like,
But
certain
that's a whole
people,
vegan lifestyle, though.
Yes, certain people raise their kids like eating certain things, but they grew up eating. Listen,
But
Everything.
it's not
Eating
let me
bad.
tell
everything.
you something, okay? We are Bahamian, okay? We
Everything.
eat everything.
Sugar bread.
Yes.
Listen, and let us would have sat up at the table
Syrup
and told our mother,
sandwiches.
We not eating it,
I
yeah.
don't want this. I don't like it.
But it's not a bad
gonna
thing though.
eat.
I dare you.
It's not a
Yeah,
bad thing
you
though
did.
because
I dare
I watched the documentary called What the Health, and it just shows how we make
Oh
this
my
assumption. We make the
gosh,
assumption that
yes.
diabetes come from the sugar, the cakes, the cookies, the pies, the ice creams, but it's really coming from the meat.
Yep.
And then you have to take it into consideration. Like
Yep.
animals are dogs are mammals.
Right.
So what we get, they can get.
Yep.
Absolutely.
What if you eat a cow that had cancer? What you think that's going? You eating
Good.
all them cancer cells.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
right.
the same thing.
true.
So like even though we've eaten those things as a child, but as you get older and
Yeah.
you more wiser and you
Right.
do
You see-
research and you study,
Right.
Yeah.
it's
Right.
okay to make that lifestyle change
Right.
because it's a healthy change.
Yes,
you know.
I agree. 100%.
And then again, the food wasn't as contaminated as it is now.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that stuff
Absolutely.
is disgusting.
But that's
so.
something.
it's a lot of stuff that's all, but it's been going on. I feel
Right.
because I remember my mom saying something about some mad cow disease or something.
Oh yeah, mad
like
cow
that.
disease at a point, you know.
Like,
Right.
But it never really
what?
hit our area. I don't think.
Yeah, it hasn't, but
Yeah.
I mean, they do say if it does and you eat it, it
Yeah,
could
you're gonna get it.
affect you.
Of
Yeah, you're gonna get it.
course.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
you're eating something that's contaminated.
Right.
Exactly. And then
Right.
what about the whole salmonella issue
Right.
that Chipotle had? How about that?
Yeah, yeah.
It was a big, huge scare because Chipotle was number one.
Yeah, but it's still number one though
Okay.
because
But
I still
It was
Really?
number one.
But me personally, I'm not really a outside, like not gonna say a outside, but a fast
a fast food type of person. Yeah.
because when I was much younger, I mean, I had friends that worked at these fast food places.
Oh,
and
you
they
know,
used to
you
tell
hear
me
the
the
stories.
stories.
Of what they
And
did to your food.
I'm telling you, so I'm always
Oh,
like
it's
really
terrible.
skeptical
Right.
with things like that. So
Right.
I kind of try. I mean, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you're hungry. You just gotta
Yeah,
take a shot.
exactly.
But
So do
at
you
the
You
end
know
of the
me,
day-
I cook, so I mean, it's just
that was my next question.
Yeah.
You cook?
No, absolutely.
No.
I'm gonna tell you. Listen,
Sassy
I-
cooks.
No,
Yeah, I
I'm
throws
gonna
down.
tell you. My mother. I mean, my mother taught me how to cook, and she told me when I was young. She said, "Listen." She
Nice.
told me, she said, "Listen, I'm gonna teach you how to cook because I don't want any women trying to hold your stomach
right.
hostage."
Oh yeah, exactly.
So she taught me how to get
Nice.
down in the kitchen.
It's
so
something about a
I
man
get
that know
busy.
how to cook, though. I ain't even gonna lie, because one of
You
them
showed
that I
this.
got right now, he could cook, and Lord,
She said, "Lord."
Lord.
No, I
When he
get
call,
busy.
I be running because I know I'm gonna eat.
No, I get busy. I do what it do when it comes to cooking.
That's right.
That's what's
That's right.
up.
I
That
do what
is
I do.
what's up.
But we got back to business on this episode. We really don't have any topics or anything like that, so we just gonna be back and forth going on things that we remember as far as what happened in the past couple of months that we haven't been able to get the episodes for you guys. But
Right.
again, we apologize and we appreciate you guys sticking around and
Yes.
coming back around because I
I
know some of you
know.
guys may have said, you know what, F that podcast, because
No,
they ain't being
hopefully not.
consistent. But I promise you guys, from here on out, we definitely gonna be consistent. And you guys are mothers and fathers and people out there that have circumstances that happen and you know it's beyond your control. So just bear with us, understand that we did have this little issue and things are
Definitely.
gonna be better from here on out, and I promise you that.
So
Yes.
today we're just freestyling.
Yeah, we're
That's
just
it.
freestyling,
We're
man.
just freestyling.
That's
What
it.
were your views on the Parkland shooting? Because you know we here in Florida, so we always we kind of see these things happen, but it's never been this close to home.
Well, you know, it's kind of crazy because I kind of like in the business that I'm into land development and things like that. So I'm in that it's kind of crazy because I'm in that community a lot, and it's kind of like even people, like I talk to people outside of the state and they're like, Parkland, like where's
Right,
that? Like,
right.
and even people in Florida who don't even know.
Yeah, they're like Parkland. They think that's like
It's-
way up north
exactly,
Florida.
but they don't even know. Like it's like a small community. It's like
yeah.
one road
Right.
going through that whole community.
But it's a
Crazy.
very high class neighborhood.
Very, and there's a lot of well-to-do people that live in
Right.
that neighborhood, politicians.
Wow.
And that's why so much noise is being created
Exactly.
from it.
That's
what
the reason
people don't
why.
understand.
That's the reason why there's a lot of movement over there.
Right,
But it's a
right.
beautiful. I mean, it was so crazy because even when I first discovered that area, I was always telling myself like, I want to live in Parkland.
Live in it.
I
Yeah,
wanna
me
live in Parkland.
too. Me
because
too.
it is a beautiful.
It's very beautiful.
Beautiful.
They have
community.
some very beautiful houses. You know why I'm attached to that neighborhood? Because two things.
Why?
I'm Dr. Rudensky is a very good friend of mine. Her and her husband, Mr. Clive Woods. Dr. Rudensky is a pediatric doctor, and you know, in my passing in the medical field, we've worked together. So she's a very good friend of mine. She lives in Parkland, and her husband, Clive Woods, you know, he's a orthopedic surgeon. So they live out there. So I'm always out there. So it kind of hit home because I'm like, yo,
Wow.
like I can imagine what these people go through.
Wow.
And one of the medical directors that I work with, his daughter got killed in
Oh
the
my
Parkland shooting.
God, that is terrible.
Yeah, so it's just like it's tough,
is
man,
terrible.
because like you realize how close it is. Like
Right.
it's not personally my child, but
Right. Right.
somebody who works hand in hand with us, he
Right.
lost his daughter. So it'd be all these conspiracy theories that come up from it, but it's like, yo, this is real. Like this
Right.
man
It is.
really lost his daughter.
Yeah.
This man is really going through it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
all these conspiracy theories that's going on the internet and stuff like that, stop it. Like these are real, true events that happen.
And you know what? It's kind of crazy. Like people like on the outside looking in, and they're like crucifying these kids because these kids are trying to stand up.
Right.
But at the end of the day, really, I mean, and what they're talking about is, I mean, we all know. Okay,
Yeah.
And these are the same adults that never really stood up for their own like rights and what they believed in, you know.
Right.
I do kind of disagree with some of the things because I'm a concealed weapons license holder,
Right.
and I believe in guns because I
Right.
believe like if you come through my shit, nigga, you
Right.
fucked up.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's straight up.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I
Have
got
the
rid of
right
I
to
got rid of
bear
most of my
arms.
stuff because
Right.
of my child. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But at a point, I want to go.
Absolutely.
But rifle type of weapons,
Those
we don't
military,
need it. What we
absolutely.
here for?
I mean, I
Right.
again, and I'm a true believer in. Listen, you have your home, you have your family. Somebody comes in your home, you need to
Listen,
be
I'm
able.
so sorry. I know y'all remember him from a couple episodes ago, but my dog be tripping. So y'all go ahead, talk it out. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go deal with this dog real
All right,
quick.
you can get
Yeah.
things like that because you getting robbed or getting your life taken or getting your life being put under pressure by somebody else.
What do you think about them allowing the teachers?
Nah,
Oh
I
no,
don't, that's not a good thing.
no. Because
So
we've
there
seen
are-
we've
That's
seen so
definitely-
many
that's
videos.
definitely not a good
with
thing.
the-
By the
And you
students?
got some of these kids nowadays
They can
fo-
overpower.
really, and
Yeah.
they big. You understand? And they know you got this gun, and things can happen. And I
Yeah.
wouldn't want my child or anybody else's
No,
child
that's
in
the most
that type of
ridiculous idea
atmosphere
ever.
like that. That is completely and that's what I'm saying. It's like just having a snap decision, trying to just say, "Oh, we should do this." And nah, it should just be sensible gun control.
Mm-hmm.
They should do the upgrades, make the kids much safer. Because again, we also need to think, yes, this happened in Parkland, but this could have happened at my daughter's school.
Right.
It could have happened at your son's school,
Right.
or it could have.
It can happen anywhere.
It's like the nowadays, even with me now, I've always been like, like going to like malls and movie theaters. I'm terrified.
yeah.
Just thinking with me, if I'm by myself, I ain't got no problem. I'm
Right,
always
with
looking for
your
the exit.
family.
But
Right.
when I'm with my family or like at a
Right.
big place with a lot of people, I'm always thinking
Yeah.
like, I'm like sacrificial lamb out here.
Right,
Because
right.
when it's time to run, it's time to run.
Trying to
Yeah.
run. And you know what's crazy? My son is terrified too. Like when I took him to see Black Panther, he was just like, I was like, just enjoy the movie. No matter what situation may happen, just remember I'm gonna protect you.
Really?
But he was terrified. He was just like, Mommy, what if something happens? Like
telling you.
all these shootings. Remember we went to Vegas and the
Yep.
weekend after we
Yep.
came from Vegas, Buddy
In
shot
the
that whole
same
shit. It was the
spot.
same
We
venue
were
that
in
we
the
was.
same
So all these
spot.
events that's happening so close to home, my son is terrified.
Listen, I ain't gonna front, but with all these things that's been happening out here, I know they say, well, just keep living your life and you be out here
Man, these
in the
people are
street.
crazy.
Don't let these people win. Listen here. At the end of the day, I've heard from other people and some other people that say, listen, every day you walk out here in these streets, the only thing you trying to avoid is avoid crazy. And you just never know when it's gonna happen.
Yeah, you never
It can
know,
happen
man.
at any time.
You
And
never know.
and the worst thing I ever think about is it happening with me, with my family,
family.
out in the street, my kids. And then I mean, again, if I'm by myself, I know I'm gonna do what it do.
Right.
But I'm not gonna be anybody's sacrificial lamb. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
I just don't want anybody just to take me, and I'm just gonna
Yeah.
be,
And that's it.
I want to have a fighting chance.
Right,
but
man.
it's ridiculous that it's like that now. But that's just the life that we live in
Like
right now.
this,
Yeah.
like this stuff don't really happen nowhere else. Like you hear about Syria and Pakistan and all those Middle Eastern countries
Yeah.
that all the stuff like the bombs and stuff is ringing off. But
Yep.
like when you think about like Great Britain and London and stuff like that, you won't be hearing about no shootings because they got gun control.
Right. But you know what? Even like you say with the places like Syria and things like that, you would think that would to happen because it's a lot of lawlessness. But in our country, that we living under a type of country where there's laws and there's rights and regulations.
Right.
You wouldn't expect those things to happen.
Right.
But unfortunately, you just have crazy out here.
Yeah.
And that's just it. You just cannot get around crazy. I mean, it's crazy,
terrible.
but
It's terrible.
it
It's
is,
terrible.
especially with your family. And like I said, even with like Black Panther, I ain't gonna say I seen Black Panther,
Oh.
but
okay.
I mean,
Got it.
what it is what it is.
yeah.
But it's just really for me. What it is for me, it's like I'm not saying I want to let these people win, but you just never know.
Yeah,
Right.
you
You know,
never know.
you just
man.
never know.
You
Yeah.
never know.
You just
I
never know.
understand. My mom, she goes
just
out
never
a
know.
lot.
Right.
Okay, she likes to like travel a lot. And when we came back
Oh, yeah,
from
your mom do.
Vegas and that stuff happened, and I
Right.
told my mom and the connection and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
then like right after, she's like booking the trip or something. She's like, "Wanna go?" I was like,
And you like,
"No,
no, I don't want to go
I
nowhere.
don't want to go anywhere right now." She was like, "Well, this is my mom. I promise you." She's like, "Well, if it's going to happen to you, it's going to happen to you sitting
Yeah.
in your living room. If it's going to happen to you, it's going to happen to you laying in your bed.
Absolutely.
If it's going to happen to you, it's going to happen to you driving home. It's going to happen to
Absolutely.
you. If it's going to happen to you,
Yeah.
don't let it. Be aware of the situation. Make sure that you're in every bit of control, and you are jeopardizing your life around these other millions of people, and you don't know what other people have in their minds,
Right.
or you know
Right. Or
what
what
their
they're going through.
intentions are.
Right.
You know what I mean? So be very aware at all times. Enjoy yourself, but pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention. You do.
I remember
Absolutely.
I can't forget when I was 18. I promise.
Right.
Brooklyn, New York. I wanted
Right.
to go see the drop. I just wanted to see
You just
everything,
wanted- yeah.
Times Square,
Right.
everything.
Right.
My uncle told me, "You ain't ready." I said, "Why not?" I said, "Why would you say that?" He was like, "You ain't ready." I was like, "Why not? Tell me why not." He's like, "Your ass gonna be looking up at all of the lights and TVs
not paying
and
Yeah,
shit,
not
and
paying
your ass
attention.
gonna get snatched in
Yeah.
one of them fucking alleys. I don't got time for this shit."
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Here's the thing, though. He ain't lying.
He wasn't lying.
He ain't lying.
He wasn't
but see,
lying.
I know what you're talking about because
I've never been to
my
New York
dad-
since.
my
I have
dad-
yet to
But no,
be
we
to
gonna
New
go.
York.
Get out of
We're
town.
gonna go.
Wait, hold on.
I have a
Hold on.
sister
Hold on, wait,
who
wait.
lives there. She's been living there
I
for
was-
5 years.
listen.
A younger sister.
I was born
Yeah.
and bred in New York City. I was born in Brooklyn. I was raised in Queens.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you something. All the stuff you see on TV and all like people will go out there like, yeah, we're gonna go to the ball drop. I'm gonna tell you, I've never ever been to the ball drop. When we look at people at the ball drop, like these people are clowns standing out there in that cold. Okay, especially when I was raised back then.
Really?
That was a time when you can't drive your car.
Yeah, you can't
gotta go
drive.
on the
You
subway.
gotta go
I
on the
remember
subway,
one
yeah.
year. I remember one year that they had the New Year's
That
New Year's
sounds
Eve
so
situation.
exciting.
But after they were saying, "Oh, this guy on the train had this samurai sword
my
and
God.
stabbed this guy," I'm like, listen, we're not dealing with that. Yo, New Year's
Listen,
Eve,
listen, Pepe.
we staying in the house.
Bruh, you ain't do it. We gotta do that.
Go do what?
Oh my.
Watch the ball drop.
Not me. You can go do that if you ain't never did it. I'm not standing out there in that
Oh my
cold.
God.
You know how long you gotta stand out there cold?
Yeah, you
Listen,
gotta
I
be out
have
there from like
I
6
have
o'clock.
family members. I have family members
This
that are
is
police
hilarious.
officers, NYPD police officers. They go out there for they go out there for overtime, and I don't even know how they do it.
Yeah.
They stand out there in the cold. I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm not watching no ball drop. I'll watch the
on TV,
ball
it's
drop
the same thing, right?
since from Dick Clark from TV. I'm not standing out there in that cold. Okay, not doing it.
See, the thing is, my dad's side of the family is up there. So
Okay.
they're in Brooklyn, Church Ave, 97s.
Listen.
That's them boys right there.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? So it'd be
Born-
the same thing. I can't walk around with nobody like.
No, I feel like we are like kind of sort of real free down here in Florida. I'm not gonna
No.
lie.
Well,
Like
see, but you know,
like I don't know. I guess it is the type of lifestyle that we live. Maybe I'm speaking from a mother's point of view because I mean we go out, but we don't go out excessively.
Right.
In
But I
a
would say
sense,
it
you
happen
know.
here too. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I be hearing a lot of things that happen over here. You know things happen here too. Because it's
Yeah.
not just like it's all palm trees and happiness here. Niggas
Listen.
ring off around
Let-
here.
Yes,
let
stuff
me tell
be
you.
happening.
when I used to come down here. Now that I'm on the podcast, I'm talking to y'all, so I guess I
Right.
might as well go into it.
Right,
I rarely ever talk about this. It's kind of like cliche. I'm not gonna say it's cliche.
All right, is this an exclusive?
Yes, it
Bum,
is.
bum, bum, bum.
I guess it's a little thing.
Bum, 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 bum.
I
All right,
But-
y'all.
but-
Exclusive.
Like when I physically really moved down here, like in 2001, I think it was, like 2001. I was working for a company. I was working for like this bus company. They did was all of the teams. So all of the, like we used to deal with all of the Yankees, all of the Jets, the Giants. We used to
okay.
move these teams around and their
Okay.
families. But this company dealt with a lot of high end people
Right.
in the city. So this morning, they normally have these people we pick up on Park Avenue. We picked these people up on Park Avenue. It was men. These guys on Park Avenue. They worked down on beautiful. It's part of the podcast.
Yes.
How we do out here.
Listen, we be
Podcast.
listen, Pepe. We be dropping stuff.
It's all
breaking
good.
stuff.
Listen, what it is what it is. You need to keep this thing realistic because when you talk, we talking about realistic
Yeah.
things. So
Yeah.
things
Right.
happen.
Yep.
So when it happens, it happens. That's just part of life. It'll make
Right.
people more relate
Exactly.
to what's going
That's
on.
what it is. They
You know?
already know what we be about.
But but like I said, back onto the story. So I was this one morning they put me on this job to pick these people up to take them down to Wall Street, and this is a big ass bus. He said, "Don't go up that way. This a plane hit the building." I said, "A plane hit the building? I want to go see."
Yeah.
I'm driving the bus going up there. You know, so we went up there and whatnot. So I went up there, and then the first plane had already hit the building. So I'm looking up. So we got the plane, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to work." I said, "Yo, you going in there? You going to work in there? You going?" There's a plane that hit the building. He said, "No, my building's fine. I'm going to work."
Oh, wow.
I was like, "Oh, word, that's all right.
All right,
See you later." And he went into the building. And so at the
Crazy.
same time he's saying that, the man walked off. He walked into the crowd. You know, New York City early in the morning. It's crazy.
Hectic.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Know.
So
I wish I could see that. I really don't know how that is.
Listen,
Oh no, it's crazy,
listen.
man.
Oh my god.
This man,
And we can't go with that Florida walking shit because them niggas will push you off the sidewalk.
Let me give you an idea. So in the morning, it's like a whole bunch of ants. People coming out the subways, people walking. It's like hustle and bustle,
How
cars.
can I see that? I need to be when I go to New York. I need to be
go?
somewhere
Yeah.
high.
Well,
Because
no,
I want to see it. I
You
want to
can't.
be somewhere
You
where
never-
I can see it.
you can't.
Why? I want to see them on the street go like
can't.
little ants. Like I want to see them.
well, I mean, if you go into one of the high rises, like if you go into like the Empire
Yes.
State Building,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to look down
'Cause
and
it's
see
too
people because it's so
high.
high. But once you trust me, once you on the ground, you're walking through the city. All the people hustling, busting, everybody. It seems like everybody got somewhere to go, but really ain't got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
But it's just so much people.
They just outside. They street walkers.
No, not just streetwalkers. Everybody really do
They
got
going to
something to do.
work.
They going to
Yeah.
work. They going somewhere. But you coming from the outside looking in, that's what it would seem like to you. Like, where's everybody going? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like that day it happened, and this guy walked off and went into the building, and that's when that second plane hit. You know what I'm saying? And I just like,
Yeah.
it was like, I've ran because I'm in New York because you got to know how to run.
But no, you
But
ran like
it was like I ran for like
terrified.
yeah, because I'm like, is the plane gonna come out and fall on us or
Yeah.
whatever? So I kind of ran into a building or whatever case it be. But it was like kind of totally hectic. But that was my first. I keep hitting this mic. It's kind of crazy.
Okay. You'll
But
get it.
even still, but you know, that was the first time I like really felt like, wow,
Right.
our world is really kind of changing.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing is
And
promised
you know what's
to
crazy?
nobody.
You
That
know
is
what's crazy?
You
You
know what
talking
I'm
about
saying?
that story? I remember it very vividly. I was in the 10th grade, my man.
Listen,
I was in school, and I remember my English teacher. We was in English 1. Her name was Mrs. Keenan. She was balling, man.
listen.
Right.
I
She was
can
balling.
vividly tell you, kind of like, because again,
Do you know if that guy survived?
I have no idea.
Wow.
And what is so then after the bus, and I'm telling you, that day after that, it was like around that time in New York. You know, New York is like the biggest place for apples.
Right.
So that next job I was supposed to do was to go to another school, and that school was on Park Avenue also, and these
Wow.
kids were going to go upstate to go pick apples.
Right.
So
Sheesh.
when I went back, I said, damn, I got to go back and go get the bus. So when I went back to go get the bus, and then, you know, I was back on the bus. I said, okay,
the
let's try to
tower
see how to get
fell.
out of here. So we turned down, going out towards going down, back down towards Wall Street. And that's when you started hearing people jumping.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hitting
know,
the floor, right?
Yo, you started
Oh
hearing
my
people
God.
jumping, all kind of crazy. It was crazy. And then I'd never forget, I was listening to Howard Stern because I was like a Howard Stern fan. So I was listening to Howard Stern.
he's lit.
And he was talking about what was going on and everything like that. And then I never forget we was sitting, we was like I was going towards the West Side Highway and going towards like, there's like a big attraction in New York called the South Street Seaport. So that's how I was facing
Right,
that
right.
area. So when I was doing that, I never forget this lady, this, you know, young black lady coming out. She had a nice, you know, suit on or whatever, you know, going to work. She was
Right.
going for an interview. She said, oh, do you know where this building is to go such and such?
That shit
She was
blown
walking
up.
towards the melee.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
yeah, I have to go to an interview. I said, ma'am, I don't think you
Yeah,
could
you
go
better
up that
turn
way. It's
around.
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So she's like, no, I must have to go to this interview. I got to go to this interview. I'm like, all right.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because, you know, I'm outside the bus looking around to see because you sit in
Yeah.
traffic. We can't go anywhere.
Right.
Goodness.
And as that happened, you just felt like the earthquake, like the ground started rumbling. And she
Yeah,
just, like I
that
said,
shit
she just
was
walked
falling.
off into the crowd, disappeared.
Wow.
And that's when that building
It
came,
came down. Yeah, man.
Crazy.
Listen, I remember those images, man. It was
Crazy.
it was
Oh my
nuts.
God.
Yo.
So she was so focused
Yeah.
on that interview. She
Interview.
could not even understand what you were
Listen.
saying.
You know what? You don't
The-
know what
not
her
only that, the thing
circumstances
about
were.
it is, in New York, you have the subways. So when you inside the subway, let's say you coming from Queens or you come from Brooklyn, you sitting on the subway and you just rolling. You don't know what's going
don't
on
know what's going on
outside.
outside,
So you
exactly.
coming outside again, like I said, New York City. You get so accustomed to things. You could see people running around,
And it's just
people
like
moving real
nothing.
fast. It's like, oh, they're just moving around. It's New York City. So that's what it was for her. It was all this melee going around. She didn't even fathom what was going on. She was like,
Right.
oh, do you know where such and such? I was like, well,
just
that building is up that way, but I don't think you can go up there because a plane just hit the bitch. Oh no, this is an interview. I must be at this interview
because you
today.
don't know what she was going through
Yo,
too. So.
it had to been no more than 10 to 15 minutes. That building came down. That lady must have been up there by then.
Oh yeah.
And that big plume of smoke came through. I was like, what was this?
That thing engulfed
It was
everybody.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the most craziest thing thing I've ever. And and let me tell you something. I could tell you some stories. I've either been there, done it, seen it, touched it, or witnessed it.
Yeah.
So it's not really too much that you could run by me that I could say, oh no, I never heard of that.
Right,
I'm
right.
like green to it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If I touch this mic one more time. But anyway,
Don't worry about that because it happened. When
I
we
know.
started, it was there.
but I'm green, but I'll get there.
No, but I appreciate that story. That was an amazing
Yeah,
story,
it was crazy.
man.
It was crazy. It was crazy. But
That
you
was
know,
amazing.
that's what
a
it
little
was.
piece of your home.
There you go. I really never tell anybody about that story, but I guess I
that's-
just introduced you to that
it's
story right now. It's
amazing
kind of
for me
crazy.
It
because
just
I've never
took me
been there.
back, but it took me right
Nah,
back
we'll
to
go.
where when we heard about like
go.
9/11 and that whole
Right.
because I was in the 10th grade. I can tell you I was in
It's crazy.
English
Yeah,
1,
I-
Mrs.
yeah.
Kenosh class, and she was
Crazy.
balling.
Yeah.
And we saw that first plane hit, then the next plane hit.
She
then
said
the
she was
first-
in 10th grade.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
trying
was-
to make
I'm a
me. Y'all trying to
baby.
label me
I'm
right
sorry.
now.
Yes.
I believe I was in my, I don't know what class, but I think it was like I
No,
don't
you
know,
probably was in 9th.
Oh my God.
You probably was in 9th, 10th.
Why did I
grade.
even
was
tell you? Why did I even
something.
tell you that story? Now,
I don't know,
now,
but I-
now I'm
all
like
I
kind
know
of
is
giving
we
y'all
had
my
to-
age and stuff.
We had to do a project on it. Not gonna lie, we had to do a project,
Yeah,
girl.
it was tough, man.
I put everything. I encompassed the whole freaking board. Okay.
What,
With
about
stuff
that?
About
About the thing?
that. I
Oh,
got
really?
an A. He was like,
Get
you
out of
didn't
town.
even leave one empty space. I said because
It was so much.
it was so much.
Really?
And I said it was just crazy because I have a lot of family in New York.
Oh, do
Yeah,
you really?
because, yeah.
But you
lot
said
of
you
family.
never
I've
ever
never
been.
and I have a
Yeah, we
younger
gotta
sister
take her there,
that's
Hefe.
been there.
Yeah. Well,
Living there. She lives there right now.
well, I would be.
And I have yet to go up and see
I would,
her.
I would say I would be the right person for you to go to New York.
Of course, man. Of course.
I would love it.
Because
gotta
now
go.
you would really get to see New
Yeah,
York.
everything
New
about
York.
the
Yeah,
city. Yeah.
I
Like the
love
inner
it.
and outer part of New York. Like you wouldn't get took in New York City.
My-
Because people go to New York and they're like, oh, I want to stay in the city. You never been in the
Yeah.
city. And we're not just going to stay in the city. We're going to
Exactly.
go
We're gonna go
outside the city.
everywhere,
We're going to
yeah.
touch the boroughs.
Yeah,
Go
exactly.
to Queens. Go
Yeah.
to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Go to the Bronx.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I want to go to New
boat.
York
Experience
though,
the
like
city.
when it's cold though. I want to experience.
So you've never been up to, so you
Yeah,
said you've
of
never been
course.
up
My
to
dad lives there. I
No, but
always,
I would
used
say-
to always go.
I would say, like if someone who's never been, but you've been there before.
Yeah, I've been there.
But
so
I would
many
say
times.
somebody who's never ever been there like before, like you have never
Summertime?
been there before. The summertime is the best time.
Or
to
like
go.
late
You'll
night,
enjoy
only
it
3
more.
months. Yeah,
You
she
have
will.
like what, 3 months?
Yeah,
of
well,
summer?
like right now, I mean, right now it's cold as hell
It's
up there. It's
still
like
cold. It's
I mean,
crazy.
it could have a blizzard tomorrow.
Yes,
but
it don't
I would
make no
say within the
sense.
next, I would say within the next maybe week or two, the next 2
It'll
weeks, it'll
start
start warming
heating
up.
up, yeah.
By May, it'll start like kind of really warming up.
Yeah,
by
like
May.
No,
June
but
would be
y'all
like ideal
warm,
time.
It's
Huh?
still gonna be cold to me.
Nah,
No,
it's
no,
not
no, no,
cold.
no.
Listen,
No,
New
because
York
the
high is
humidity.
hot.
The thing about it is
Because
humidity
it's
traps
not like
the heat.
here, right? And then they have all those buildings. I've
Yeah,
heard this.
New
I've
York
heard
heat.
this. I've heard that because it has so many tall buildings, y'all
Yeah,
got
New
like
York hot
least
is hot.
amount of air.
Right.
Like down
So the
here,
humidity-
we always feel the breeze.
Right, but humidity up there, you can't breathe with the heat. I mean, there's times where it gets so hot in New York City where you cannot even stay inside the house.
Yeah.
AC or nothing to help you. I mean, people would actually, especially in Manhattan or the city uptown, Washington Heights, people would actually sleep outside.
Really?
Like they'll
It's
put their
crazy.
bed and
I
everything
heard,
outside
yeah.
because it's so hot. And
Oh
they like
my
have
goodness.
cooling centers where you have to go and take the elderly there just to cool down because it gets so hot because the building and stuff traps the heat.
Heat.
Oh,
So the humidity, it's like it's the type of heat. It's the heat that's like you can't breathe. It's just so the humidity is crazy.
even those high end like
It doesn't even matter.
condos.
I mean, like yeah, still. I mean, of course, if it's high end, you're still gonna have that nice, comfortable
Right. You can have
condos.
the
But
insulation and
you
stuff
have
like
some of
that.
these older places, these older houses in Manhattan,
Yeah.
Harlem, and things
they
like
don't even
that
have
that
AC.
doesn't have us like central
Oh,
air. You either have to have AC hanging out your window or something to cool your house down.
Yeah,
but that
that's
may
not
be just
enough.
be one room. You're not gonna have central air coming through your whole house.
no.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even in the summertime, like even like
I need
when I lived in New
central
York.
air.
No. Like
I
even
live by central air.
no. There's no such thing. You have one room. That's all you're gonna get.
What?
One room. Okay. one room, and that's
Where
it for you.
are we in Africa?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh my God! I don't think I want to go anymore.
Sweaty slaves.
I know.
Yes. Yes.
See,
But
my
if
mother
you
didn't
go,
tell
you're
me
not
that
gonna
part.
be in the hood. Like
Right.
the hotel is gonna be somewhere nice.
No, I'll take her to the hood. You gotta go to the hood.
Of course,
If you gonna
though.
live, you
Of
gotta take her to the
course.
hood.
I
gotta
need to see it
experience.
all. Like, I want to see the whole little Indian town, the little Chinatown, the whole little,
Yeah.
because it's so diverse
Yeah,
up there. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Like, I just want to see the separation, because you could go down one street, I heard, and you in one whole totally different ethnicity.
Yeah, like you
the
like
next street.
Chinatown. You go like Little Italy, like
Yeah.
What?
like you have like Little Italy, and then you have Chinatown. It's like across the street. Like Chinatown is
Yeah.
right here, and Little Italy's right across the street. So you walk right across the street, you're in Italy. You could taste all of the pizza and
On one street.
calzone and
Everything.
on one big street, and then
Oh
the
my
other street
goodness.
is Chinatown. You can eat all the Chinese food and rib tips and cat
This
you would
is
want to eat
just
in your life.
amazing.
Absolutely, that's what it is.
Oh my God, New York
Absolutely.
would make me want to just like gobble it all up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you would.
Oh yeah.
You probably, and if you really like,
Just-
you really
just-
wouldn't want to
just
leave.
Gobble it all.
You, and let me tell you something. New York, I'm telling you, you would think that, well, damn, New Yorkers, they all out there, they so
You
arrogant.
know, these people are
True.
nasty. And
But I met
disgusting.
some of the most nastiest people down here in
Yeah.
Florida
Yeah.
than I could compare to
They'll
New
even
York.
run you off
Yeah.
the road, man.
Absolutely.
They don't care.
Definitely will.
They'll run you off the road, watch you fall off the highway, and keep driving. Don't
Absolutely.
even report it. These people
Absolutely.
are nasty. I'm
Everybody's
telling
going
you.
to Sunday school down here in Florida, but I love Florida. I mean, what I think when I first came down to Florida, what got me was the palm trees.
Right,
I think it's the
right. That
palm
get
trees that do
everybody.
it to you. It
Really?
mesmerizes you. It puts you in a trance.
What about in California?
I don't like California. It's too many weirdos.
You think so?
I think so. There's a couple of times I've been in California. A lot of weirdos, a lot of funny stuff going on.
Yeah, it is though.
Funny stuff. The couple.
Build it up there.
I'm a good. I mean, I would
I
say I'm
don't
not.
travel enough.
Well, I would say. I mean, I'm not gonna say. I mean, I would say I'm a pretty decent, good judge of character. It's just funny stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny. You go on those Hollywood hills.
It's
Just
just-
funny stuff going on. Not,
I just love the
it
way
is.
you say funny. Say funny
Yeah,
again.
funny stuff.
Is that
Funny.
ladies? Do you hear that?
Yeah, funny.
That's the New York, like
Yeah,
that's that
that's
New
that
York
swag.
swag,
Mr.
right?
Hefe Pepe.
A little bit.
Mr. Hefe
A little
Pepe,
bit.
thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
I love to
like,
be here
so
with you ladies.
much.
Oh yeah, man.
For
I
Definitely.
love,
being here
I love being
Whenever
here
you
with you.
with
Come on
us,
down.
giving
Just
us
make
that
sure.
exclusive.
Whenever y'all would want me, if y'all want me
All the
here, I
time.
will come.
All the
I'll
time.
come
Listen.
through.
All the
Because
time.
again, you know, having that other extra, male point of view is just a whole nother situation.
Yes,
Yeah, of course.
yes.
No, we really appreciate it because certain topics and stuff that we touch bases on, we only talking on the woman's perspective.
Right,
So if you
right.
could come in and you definitely decipher what we're talking about and put your
Right.
input into it
Right.
and your experience, we
Based
gonna
upon how
definitely
you were
really-
raised
we
and,
really
and,
love
how,
that.
and how you became to be the man that you are
Oh,
right
yeah.
here,
No
right
question.
now.
No question.
So yeah.
No question. No question.
And then you can
Thumbs
also
up.
tell us, a little bit of the same perspective based upon a situation you had with your daughter.
Right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because
And
I
they
go
are,
through those situations all the time.
they're the
I'm
perfect
still-
ages, let me tell you.
Absolutely. And the thing about it is
They're so perfectly like spread out.
true.
You're like a magician.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
but I,
beautiful.
like I said, me personally, like I said, I didn't say that, but I mean, I was raised with my mother and father and things like that. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But I think,
Stable, stability.
right, yeah, stability. My mother, mother and father was home every night. Mother was there,
Beautiful.
everything. So, I mean,
Loving.
absolutely. Well,
Oh.
I was loved, no question about it. But I mean, I would say my father wasn't really. He was a disciplinarian, but I would say I learned the disciplinarian was my mother. She's the one who had the heavy hand. She's the one who put it down. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Well, whatever my father said, that's what it was. But my mother was the one who really put it down.
Okay.
But with me raising my daughters and things like that, I mean, of course, I take a lot from my mother and father.
Right.
But I still think that it's a learning process for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just still, because what I say to me, I say, with me, again, I love my girls. I would never change me ever having girls. But I think it's me being like a womanizer and things like that as being young,
It-
and then me having the girls and things like that.
right.
It's
You
for
just
me
spilling
to,
your
like,
guts, ladies. He is spilling his
well,
guts
maybe I shouldn't go
right
so
now.
deep. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe. Well, let me hold that back. I'll keep that to
Feeling
myself.
guts
I'll
right
keep that to
now.
myself.
That's a good thing. You're
I'm
exposed.
That's-
just saying.
yes.
I'm just saying. That's just what
Listen,
it is.
it only takes Lady Love and my girl
Sassy.
to pull it out of the men. That's
Unbelievable.
it.
Maybe this
Couple
might not.
moments with us.
Maybe this
Couple-
might not be so good being with you
Couple
two ladies.
moments with us. We
No,
just
it's gonna be
start,
great.
Wait a
you
minute.
know,
Maybe this
but
might
just
not be
bringing
too
it all
good.
out
What
of
we
them.
need. This
Wait
is
a
what we
minute.
need.
Getting
You
it all
know,
out of them, ladies.
I might be.
You can thank
I might be getting some.
me
I might be
later.
getting some. I might be getting some
Thank
brothers
us
in
later.
trouble.
No.
No, but this is a
Thank
good
us
thing.
later.
This is a good thing.
Thank
Okay.
us later,
We gotta
ladies.
expose it,
Well,
Be
yeah,
sure-
I want to be honest. Be honest and talk
course.
about it.
That's
you know.
right. Be sure to let us know. Sassy, please let them know how they can reach out to us and let them know if they have any
Of
conversations.
course. You
or
can always send us any topics or any questions or any situations that you're
comment
going
on this
through.
episode. Let us know what y'all
Raising
think.
Kings Podcast at gmail.com. You can hit us up on YouTube. You can hit us up on SoundCloud.
Yes.
And guess what? We on iTunes and we on Google Play.
Yes.
So
Bam, bam, bam,
hit us up.
bam.
Hit us
Out
up.
of town.
Breaking numbers, man. Let's
my
go.
God.
Let's go. This is the
Yes.
number one podcast in the nation. Fuck what you heard.
Yes. We are doing our things, big things. Yes.
Yep.
yes.
So I forgot. I'm so sorry. I forgot. Also on Twitter, Raising Kings PC. That's our Twitter handle. So we everywhere. We
right.
everywhere.
There's no such thing you can get at us either way from either one of those social media sites, and let us know what you think about this episode and give us some feedback.
Yeah, some feedback.
We'd love to hear from
if you have any
you.
ideas on episodes, if you have any questions, and any parenting tips, any ideas, any things that your kids have gotten into, or just hit us up and we'll definitely touch bases on it. Now, one thing I wanted to touch base, being that because after this we gonna jump into like more adult stuff.
Mommy downtime.
Yes.
Should we call it? Is it free to call it that?
Yeah, definitely,
or
mommy downtime. But we got a daddy
yeah.
here too, so we just gonna say the downtime. segment.
Downtime.
Oh,
We
downtime,
gonna, we
yes.
gonna
The
correct
So
it.
downtime.
so
we gonna
so
finesse
so what happens?
it.
I want to know what happens in the mommy downtime.
So what I'm
Yeah,
going
we
to touch
gonna
base on,
finesse
because
it,
the what's trending
Right.
topic right now.
Right.
I noticed that these little goddamn kids is snorting condoms and pulling them shits through their throat.
No.
Have you heard about
I
that?
did. I have heard about
What
that.
the hell is going on?
Goddamn fools.
Yes, like
You
I'm like,
know?
Somebody need to get a belt.
But
these
I've-
kids
I've-
are crazy right now. Like
No,
because
somebody-
they were eating the Tide Pods
Yes,
at a
yes,
point. They're just
yes.
doing so much stupid stuff. It's just crazy. Like, what is wrong with them?
They're trying to kill
Yo,
themselves.
listen to me. What I believe in, I may not say it's the greatest. Well, I'm not gonna say it's great because it didn't do nothing to me. It really made me who I was. Some of these kids just need a belt.
Yeah, they need their ass whooped. But it's just a different time, man. It's a different time. Like,
Man,
you
it
can't even
ain't
really
no
raise
time-
your voice.
Man, listen to me. It is no time better than a belt when it's time to get a belt.
Yeah, whoop their ass.
You
To
understand?
put them back in check because they're just
'Cause
doing all this weirdo shit.
These kids nowadays, I'm telling you, these kids that I've seen nowadays, they just don't have no fear.
Exactly. That's the
These
exact
kids
thing.
are willing to push the envelope. Like, okay, I'm gonna use my daughter as one of the examples.
Yeah.
The 9-year-old, she has no fear.
No.
She will know she's gonna get her ass tore off,
And still do it.
and she will go down and she will do exactly the same thing you told her not to do yesterday, and she will do it
And
again,
do it again.
without a problem.
No.
Man,
I don't
these
know
kids
what
are
it is.
crazy.
I don't know what it is in the water. I don't know if it's something in the air. But these kids,
Oh my god.
they are a different breed.
Oh yeah, man.
A different breed. I'm
Man,
telling
they
you.
hard as nails, man.
A different
That's
breed.
so funny. I just
And
saw
I'm telling you, I try. I'm like, listen, because the thing about it is, you can't just keep whipping your kids. You
Yeah,
can't.
because after a while they build
know,
up a tolerance. They
exactly.
be eating them slaps
They
and looking
do.
at you in your eye like, yeah, hit me
They
again.
do. So you
son in complete and utter fear.
really
Complete
how
and
you do
utter
how you do that?
fear.
How you do that?
And I don't have to even do anything but look at him in a certain way. And he like starts crying and tripping
I mean,
and like
Those work
like,
after sometimes. but
causing like a whole like
You just
he's
give it
like,
that.
"Ugh."
I remember that. My mother used to give me that look too, boy. All she had to do give you that one time in the store. Like, give you
'Cause
that one look.
I
and you straighten up
constantly
immediately.
see you gotta verbally abuse your child. Listen,
Verbally?
so what
You said-
I'm
did you
telling
say-
you,
did you
ladies
say
and gentlemen.
verbally
Okay,
abuse?
Listen,
Go ahead.
Okay, You have to tell them little things when they're alone. I always told my child before he could even speak, listen, it's only me and you, okay? I don't care who come in. I don't care who go out. It's going to always be me and you. So I don't care what nobody else tell you. When I say something, it overrules them all.
Oh my God.
Don't ever forget that.
Your name, your words are law. God has spoken. My first daughter, I wanted a daughter. Because you know what? You know why? Because I was like, I knew I wanted a girl because I knew with a boy, even though still I would whatever I had would have been fine.
Yeah.
But I knew with a girl would be different because I know I could just love up on them more and just spoil them more as a girl. And things like that. Like I do all my girls. I spoil them all. They whatever they want to get. But
I
you know,
love that.
you know, I spoil all my girls. So.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
Daddies always really do that. I mean, the good daddies.
But
Because
I
it
try.
be some daddies out there that just be bugging.
Well,
Right.
Well, I mean, you know, it all depends on the criteria because everybody ain't gonna be, you know, like my first relationship that I had with my first daughter's mother. I mean, if she would be here and tell you right now, she'd be like, that mother effer, he's a so and so. Well, I mean, I was young, you know what I'm saying? So I was out there doing what it do.
Right.
But
Okay.
you know, I mean, I always try to be. I know I was, you know, doing what it do.
So
but
you was a
But
ladies'
here's
man.
the thing
Yeah, I
though.
was.
Here's the thing. It
I
don't.
was.
At that point, it don't matter about what you thought that I did to you or
Right.
what I think that you did to me. That's out the window. As long as you're gonna stand up and be a man and
Right.
take care of your kids, that's all good. I'm not gonna be the one to
But
complain.
I tell you though, like I said, I was raised with my mother and father, so I knew at the end of the day I had to take care of home.
Right.
I might have
yeah,
been.
But listen now, because I'm gonna touch base on my whole little thing too. My little such and such and such and such. He was raised by his mother and father too, and he's still a piece of shit. So
Well-
sometimes it don't matter.
Well, but sometimes you have some jokers out here that they might have been raised with their mother and father, but they've been raised with a mother and father. But I was raised off the street also,
Okay.
and knowing how
Yeah, how
things
you
worked
supposed to
out on
handle
the
certain
street and things
yeah.
like that, in the code of the streets and how to
Sometimes too, it's just
you
some
know what
bum
I'm
ass niggas that come around and they try to be ruining people's lives and
But
shit
that's
like
what
that.
it is.
You
You
need
just
to keep
have-
your little dirty
you
penis
just-
to yourself.
Oh man.
You just
Keep
have
your dirty
you just
penis
have,
and your
yeah, it be like
contaminated
that.
sperm to yourself. Fuck
It
nigga.
be like that sometimes. Sometimes niggas be trying to just want to just put it up in you just to hold you down and lock you
Yes. Oh my God.
down. You know they have her do what it do. I'm gonna shoot her club up. I'm gonna shoot that club. I'm gonna have her sit her ass down somewhere.
That's what they be doing
They be
that
like
though.
that
They do.
sometime, though.
Really?
You know, they get caught up. What she said? She be like, really?
They do.
Like you don't
They
you
do,
don't
Lady
know
Love.
that.
They
You
do.
got some jokers
That
out
was
there
my
that be doing
situation,
that.
definitely.
You
I
got
agree.
jokers out there that do that, but I'm saying they doing it all for the wrong reason. But then again, you have ladies that do the same thing. I mean,
Yeah,
ladies
of
would be
course,
like,
absolutely.
I love this guy. I love this dude. I'm gonna do whatever it takes.
I
Make
mean,
him
there's-
sit down. I'm gonna
no-
give him a baby.
That's why I'm
Yeah,
so
that's
crazy
true.
because I'm just like that. Just seems so much like what a female would do. That
Yeah.
is so crazy
But it's
that
both
now
ways.
You got dudes out
now
there that do
these
that though.
now
Ways.
these men
You got-
are being
you know what you call-
associated with these female tendencies.
But you know what you call them? You
What's
call them
going on?
them type of dudes. You call them dudes tender dicks.
Yeah.
What is called? What is it? Tender dick?
Tender dicks.
Y'all like that suave he put on that?
They
Nigga, get out
tender.
my-
You know they
get
real
out my
tender
face,
when it
nigga.
come
You
to
ain't
that.
nothing but a tender dick ass nigga.
There
Get
you
out
go.
my face.
See, I just gave y'all a word. Put that in your repertoire. You
There
can
we
use it on them type
go.
niggas like that.
Tender
Listen.
dick ass
He's a
nigga.
tender dick ass
Fuck outta
nigga.
here,
The nigga's so
nigga.
tender. He's all in his feelings when it comes to. Oh my god, baby, please don't do that to me.
You know what's so
Wow.
funny? Oh my god.
It be like that
Not
sometimes.
even gonna go into
But
it.
you know, like just some of y'all ladies, y'all don't like that type of stuff. Y'all don't like them tender dick niggas like that. Nope. I mean, from what I've come
Steve,
across in my
nope.
life. No, see what I'm
No.
saying? Y'all don't like that type of shit though. I mean, y'all like a dude. I mean, I don't know.
He have to be both, but because what you called me the other day? You said I'm the alpha female. because I'm just used to. I know that I could do it on my own. So
Right.
I
So-
don't have to sit around and wait for nobody
exactly.
to do it.
It's like, what are you really gonna offer me? Really, like, what are you really doing for? You can't put up a light. You can't
Exactly.
do this. I could do that.
Yeah.
So you want somebody else that's gonna be in your life that's gonna be like, yo,
Like,
sit
bitch,
down. Come
sit
over here.
down.
Go
I
sit
got
your
it.
ass down. You doing a little too much right now. Go sit your ass down somewhere.
And then I'm trying to grab it like, no, I got it.
No. That's what you need. No, I got me exactly what I wanted. Me to be the motherfucking princess.
Oh.
Okay.
You want to be the princess?
Me the motherfucking princess.
treat
And
you-
I'm
he
just
treat-
like, what?
Like, go ahead, do
Yeah.
what you
It's
said.
like, oh, the bill came today. I put it on the counter for you. You might want to check
But see,
that
here's
out.
the thing, though, right?
Oh.
Here's the thing.
So you just
Like, I'm
let
gonna
him know.
pick the bill up, right? And I'm gonna be writing the check for it, but I want the nigga to snatch it. Like, I got it. Get the fuck out of the way.
Listen, no, I'm
Half
gonna
the
clean
time-
the
But you know
table.
what? You got some
dudes
sorry.
don't
But you,
listen.
but you know what? Because you got some sorry ass thing. Like, oh, she paying that bill. Let me just
Yeah,
keep this money in my
sitting
pocket.
back.
No,
Exactly.
no,
I'm gonna keep
no,
that money in
no.
my pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even understand. I'm gonna clean the
Like what?
house so good.
What?
I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
spread those bills out on the counter table, girl. Right, I'm gonna shine the table. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I spray the dough so he know when he come in the dough, you know.
Everything's good.
Everything clean.
What?
Not handle the
Everything
bills.
clean. This is
Get-
what awaits you right at the door. The bill's gonna be
Get
right there
these
laid out
bills
on the
and
table. Here
do
you
what it
go.
do.
How you doing?
Yeah, yeah.
How you doing?
And what he say? What he say when you tell him that? What he say?
He gonna
What
sit
did he
on
say?
down.
Come
bills.
right. That's it. Come right up.
Sit down and
check
handle
the
the
bills.
bills.
Check them. Sit right at
And
the
what
table.
if he tell you? What he say? Well,
There you
okay,
go.
these bills is mine. This is
No,
yours.
no. It's no conversation. You don't understand. No. He's there. I've already blessed him with my presence.
Oh
Okay.
my
Right.
God!
Right.
She
Good
said she already
evening.
breasted, but she already
Mwah.
breasted, but
You
your-
had a good day.
Oh my
Let me
God.
pull out your chair. You can sit down.
Oh my God!
Take care of these bills because you got a lot to think about right
Oh
now.
my God.
I'm gonna go lay my ass down because I gotta get up for work at 6 a.m.
Ain't that something?
I'm gonna go lay my ass down.
Oh my! Ain't that something? What
But
he
I
say?
left. This
And what did he say to all of that? He
this
just
is
he
you.
just sit there and
He
take that.
handled it.
Listen, by the time you got something to say, I'm at work. Hey. By the time you got something to say, I'm at work.
That word.
I
Exactly.
see you when I get off, but then it's too late because now it's your turn. Now you gotta go to work.
Oh my God!
Ain't no time.
So
I'll
y'all-
see you
so
next
y'all-
week Saturday.
So y'all just
Let's see if we can plan this
so you just
out.
passing it away like,
We gon-
okay,
we
I
gon-
work, you
We're
work.
gonna plan this argument.
Okay.
Hold on. Book it. Listen, check with my agent.
Oh my God!
Put it down in the calendar.
Oh my
Write
God.
it down on the vision board.
Oh,
Let's
God.
see what we can do. Let me see if I can squeeze you in for this conversation, for this argument. Let me see if I can work you into my schedule. I don't know.
She said, "Let me see
I
if
don't
can
think
wish-"
we're gonna be off the same days for another month. I don't know.
Oh my God!
I don't know.
Man,
Our,
that's how
Scott,
it be.
our schedules just won't won't
It don't
commit.
work
Don't
out.
match
No,
up. It's not working
I don't
out.
It
know.
don't match up.
Wow!
I'm gonna be sitting here looking real pretty.
Oh my God!
Listen, man.
Wow.
Yes,
I,
ma'am.
you know, I'm all for being in that definite relationship again, but you know, within this whole moving experience, it like things kind of change with
Yeah.
like the guy who I was talking to, because I just feel like he's not going to be capable enough to handle what I'm trying to do.
No.
Like, what do you-
Because the same situation that you called, what was what you said,
What tender?
the tender dick ass nigga.
Oh.
That I think that's what it is, because it's just like, yo,
So are you saying that's what he's suffering from?
yeah.
Oh my God!
Because the thing is, it's just like, if you not understanding like me right now, like just being busy and having things come up, like I do music. So if music really, really pop off how it's supposed to pop off, like how are you gonna understand that I'm in the studio till like 5 o'clock in the morning? Like I don't need all that extra stuff in my ear. You know what I'm saying? Or if I ain't call you, like I called you earlier or whatever like that, but I ain't call you the whole day, you bugging and stuff like that. Like, come on, I don't got time for that, man. I got
Exactly.
business to attend to. I'm a grown ass woman, and that's just what it is, man. Oh no, they could listen to our pour up. They know
Yes, no
exactly.
problem.
Raising Kings podcast. Our
Yes.
fans know exactly what we be about.
What time it is?
They know
It's
exactly what we be about.
What is it? It's a what day is it today?
It's a Saturday.
Saturday.
It's a Saturday night.
Yes, Saturday
That's a
night.
Saturday night, yeah,
Cocktails.
cocktails. You know what I'm saying?
Cocktails on set, on
On
deck.
Saturday. we got
What we
cocktail.
sipping on? Because we always let them know what
No,
we sipping on.
no. We're not promoting that nigga.
Oh,
No.
they ain't cut the check.
They ain't cut the check.
They gotta cut the
cut
check.
the
We,
check.
right, but what we can tell us what type of spirit it is vodka.
That's it.
Absolutely.
It's vodka.
That's
It's some
it.
good vodka
Yeah, it's
too.
some good vodka.
That's it.
But
They
if,
need to cut the
But if
check.
they want to cut the check, they could definitely hit us up
They need
at
to cut.
Raising Kings PC on Twitter.
That's right.
Raising Kings Podcast
Maybe
at
we should just
gmail.com
maybe
or
just hit 'em-
comment under these videos.
Maybe we should hit them just one time. Just let them know what it is.
what
that
it
way.
is.
One, because once
That's
you
true,
acknowledge
though.
them,
That-
because they won't know
that's
what
true.
vodka
That's
it is.
true.
Just one
All
time.
right. Well, we are sipping Tito's vodka.
Oh, that Tito's,
Tito's
baby.
vodka.
Now, I ain't even gonna lie. Tito's is very, because I'm really not like a clear type of person, but because I'm trying to get right, because our whole FLS foreign lifestyle brand,
Absolutely.
the boss just called me fat the other day.
Wow.
What'd he say?
He called me fat.
In a good way.
Wow.
No, he called me fat.
It got to be in a good way.
I'm gonna fuck him up, but he called me fat.
Wow.
But so I'm trying to switch from the dark to the clear. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really care for vodka kill and shit like that. But Tito's, I could definitely drink some Tito's.
Well,
Yeah.
well, we're gonna
Tito's
give
is
Tito this
smooth.
plug this one time, but they gotta come correct.
Yeah,
We
Tito's. After that, we ain't doing nothing else.
We ain't giving you no love. We ain't showing it like that.
Cheers, Tito's.
Yes.
Much love.
Send that Tito's money this way.
Absolutely. In bottles too, cases.
Yeah, exactly. Cases.
Cases. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, but like you were saying, as far as your guy being a tender dick.
Ah.
But I mean, I don't think there's no real I don't think there's no real remedy.
I just feel like this, like if you can't understand,
dudes
like
like that.
if I'm busy at work, because I have a 9 to 5 now, although we do our music and stuff like that outside of that. But if you can't
Right.
understand that I had a fucking busy day at work, I had fucking 7 meetings, I had to deal with Medicaid and Medicare and stuff like that all day, and I couldn't pick up your phone call, or I couldn't look at your text. I ain't take no break, nigga. I was at my desk working on my break.
So you tell me he gets into his feelings because you don't pick his phone up?
What if you just made sure that I picked up and told you what I was doing? I told you what I was doing earlier, nigga. Why I gotta tell you 2 times?
No, but you know where I'm at.
He's so sensitive.
More like,
Yeah,
no, see.
bruh,
You like
he's
sensitive
no.
dudes?
No, not at all.
about-
That's
how about-
crazy.
But I was just trying to do something different because he was a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? He
But
got
nice guy
he
how, though?
struck me off of being a nice guy. Like he not into all like the crazy ratchet stuff. Like the man is always home. Like a man that's always home.
What you
like
mean
it's just
always
like
home? He
he's
ain't got no
always
job?
home. No, he has he has his job, but like after work he go home.
Yeah.
It's work home.
Okay.
So what does he do in between that time? See, that's the part of the
He
problem.
has- no,
he
he
ain't
has-
got no time to occupy his
He
time.
has his friends and
Right.
stuff
Because if
like
he
that.
had his time to occupy his time, he wouldn't be worrying about what you be
Yeah,
doing.
that's true.
Right.
But he goes out every now and then with his friends. But I just think that he's on this point that he just wants like to be like in a family.
Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna give you my analogy on that. Like I said, I'm not saying I'm the guru of relationships or anything like that, but what you see on the front end, that's what you're gonna get on the back end.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you feeling a certain way about him now, you're gonna be feeling a certain way about him.
Yeah, because the thing is too, I don't want to string him along. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a type of person like I done been through like a lot. You know what I'm saying? Not like bad like relationship stuff, but like I already done seen a lot. You can it's no way you could gas me.
Right.
Because I done seen it all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My from my dad to my uncles, and I know men hands on. I done seen the crap that they do.
Okay.
And I've seen the good stuff that they do.
Okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I kind of have it into my mind of what I want. And like for me, I could turn off like this.
Right.
There was a situation where there was like a guy that I was talking to. Like we kind of like, you know what, it ain't gonna work.
Right.
I saw this man in the gas station. Like me and him, like he's in front and I'm behind him. I knew it was him because the way he smelled.
Wow.
He always smells so damn good.
Wow.
So I was like, and I looked up, I was like, oh shit, it's this nigga. It's this nigga.
Wow.
But guess what? I act like I know him. So my phone ends
Wow.
up ringing.
Wow.
That's the only way, because like he didn't
You
really know I was
ignored
behind
him.
him. What? I'm a finish. So my phone rings and he kind of like hears my voice, so he turns around. He gives me like a smirk, like hey, but I'm on the phone, so he don't interrupt. So I'm like, all right, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna hit you up in a little bit. Let me just get this stuff sorted out. I'm out. Clooks. Hang up my phone, put it in my pocket, in the line. So this
Right.
nigga looking at me. I'm like, what the fuck you looking at?
Uh-huh.
I didn't say anything or give him any
Wait a minute,
inclination.
but you was with him for a while, or this was just like
it was,
something that y'all
no,
were just.
No, it was about, we was together for like 6 months. Like we was talking, and then
Right.
like we started to date. It was like a good 6 months relationship.
And at this point, y'all just said
At this
it's
point,
over.
because
y'all
here's-
y'all
No,
officially
he
said
didn't
it was
say it.
over.
I said it. Because the thing is like this, like I don't tolerate crap. So once I'm over it, and I'll give you the opportunity to say, yo, listen, I don't like that stuff that you're doing.
Right.
And I think that you got to work on it. And you just fix it because I don't like it.
Right.
Nah, I see you doing it again, nigga, fuck you, I'm out.
Oh.
I don't have time to waste time.
Wow.
So that's the kind of situation it was. He kept doing the same annoying ass shit all the time. So I was just like, you know, yes. So I told him, I said, yo, listen, it's not gonna work. I'm out. What do you mean it's not gonna work? Click, bye. I never talked to him again. So I ran into him into the gas station. So, but I looked up at him. I was like, he look good too. He can get it right now, but he's not gonna get it.
Yo, I gotta get on that. But I'm gonna let you finish your story. But we're gonna get back on that.
So
we in
the line, right? So I got off the little phone conversation and stuff like that. So he looked back, and I looked at him like he looked at me. I'm looking at him in his eyes like I don't even know him.
Oh my God.
So he looking, so he turns around. So he's next. He's paying his bill or whatever like that, and he walks off. So I walk up next, and I'm like, oh, give me 40 on 7. Really? You just gonna act like you don't know me? It caused a whole scene. He was like, you just gonna stand behind me here? He was like, really? After all we've been, I'm like, first of all, you need to tone it down.
Wow.
Calm down.
Wow.
Nigga had a whole meltdown in there. But that's how I am, because I feel like I'm too loyal. I'm too real, and like if I ask you to correct something, correct it. Because if you tell me, yo, I don't like what you did, blah, blah, I'm gonna correct it, and you don't have to worry about it again.
Right.
So if I ask you to correct something, and I have to keep gnawing at you like you my 10-year-old son, bye.
Yeah.
I have time to waste.
I'm at my job.
I have time to waste. Bruh, that man had a whole meltdown in the store because I act like I ain't know him. And moral of that story is, like, I will act like I don't know you. That's just what it is. Wow. Like, once I disconnect from you, it's gone.
It's disconnected.
It's gone.
That's one thing with you ladies. One thing with y'all ladies, when y'all done,
it's done.
Y'all done.
It's
y'all
done.
could tolerate stuff for like
Yep.
eons. But when that switch clicks,
you
and
out.
you say,
ain't no coming back.
I'm done,
That's it.
y'all done. See, with dudes would be like, okay, I'm done, but I ain't really done. You can call me on a late night, and I'll come through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when y'all ladies say y'all done,
that's it. It's a wrap.
it's a rizzy.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's the
That's
truth.
it.
It's out
And
there.
I think
Yeah.
I'm very, very, very like forgiving. So I take a
Shitting
lot of
me.
I take a lot of crap.
Nope.
Oh,
I feel like I take a lot of crap.
You're
You're
very
talking.
forgiving?
Listen.
Like, what do you mean
I'm
you're very forgiving?
forgiving. Like I forgive a lot.
You could take a lot.
Yeah.
And,
I forgive
just
a lot.
forgive.
I forgive a lot. So
But what is
I don't know
but
if
what's
that's
your
like a problem or not, but I forgive a lot, and I've always forgiven a lot though. Even when we were in, now this is my husband now. Okay. But when we were in the dating stages, I forgave a lot.
Yeah.
I did. I forgave a lot. I was mean, and I'm still stubborn. I'm still stubborner than I'm so stubborn.
Like,
okay,
it has to be.
Like I
it
will
has to be,
stop
it has
talking
to, be,
to you.
It has to be your way.
Yeah,
or the
like I stopped talking to him for a freaking year. Like
No.
This happens.
You seriously?
Yeah.
Wait, for a whole year?
Yeah, like
in the same house?
No, this was before they. This was.
Okay.
No, because we dating.
Okay. I got you.
Dating, right? Even though it. Okay, this is how we were dating. We were not living together. We were dating for like a while because it's a long story. Don't get me into it.
Right.
But anyway, so I was forgiving even then though. Like I was forgiving even then, but when he would do something like Sassy said, you know, that would annoy her or whatever, and she would tell him and she wanted him to fix it. If he didn't fix it, then I would be silent. I would be silent. I would disconnect. I'm not done.
But
I just disconnect.
You're not with it.
Because I need to know that you understand that I'm serious about this situation.
My disconnect is I'm out of here. I'm gone. You know why too? Because I'm a type of person. I grew up watching my dad. Like my dad had a girlfriend, right? This is going back to New York, like because my dad them used to be lit.
Okay.
So there was the man them in New York at a point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So they had like every Labor Day they would have this boat ride.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Our little asses wasn't supposed to be on there, but we were like teenager age. So come, y'all could come, whatever, blah 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 blah. My dad goes on the boat with a female that's his chick.
Wow.
Before the boat takes off, why this man walking off with another chick?
Wow.
He didn't even get on the boat ride. So the whole time his girlfriend's like, "Where's your father?" I'm like, yeah, shit.
Don't ask me. He doing what it do.
So I've seen so many things happen. So I just have like this love. Like once I disconnect off a nigga, I disconnect. You know what I'm saying? And especially if we don't have no children, there's no reason for me to at least try or help you, or there's no circumstance. What am I doing this for?
Right.
Bye.
Do you think though, does that make it harder for the man to choose you?
It actually don't, because guess what? I'm very, like, a lot of people, I guess they probably sound a little flirtatious, but it's not even that. They just, a lot of dudes be like, yo, you got this energy, bruh.
Right.
Because I'm gonna come in the room and I don't care if you the ugliest nigga on earth. You black as fuck, you look like
still
dirt.
gonna give him some play?
No, even if it's not really for me to say I like him,
You'll be respectful.
I'm gonna be respectful. Hey, how you doing? I'm gonna
Nothing
smile,
wrong with
talk
it.
with you. I'm gonna make him feel like he's
Respect
giving me
is
all
due.
the game in the world. But at the end of the day, nah, I'm okay. I have a guy, or no, I don't think it's really. I don't really have time for it. I'm gonna cut him off in
You're
an
a
easy way.
conversationalist. You can conversate.
Yeah, but I'm gonna conversate. I'm gonna laugh, and at the end of the day, they're gonna be like, "Yo, this chick is crazy. This chick is cool as hell." So I don't have a problem with opening up and dealing with a dude, but I just feel like maybe I could be more like forgiving. But I just be like, nah, like next.
So
I
guess-
forgiving how? Like, so you saying that if you're into a dude and you're really like dating him and you're into him, let's say you got feelings for him, you could just cut him off if he's not really coinciding in what you really need to be done or following your lead or whatever. You could just shut his ass down.
Yes. And I think that's where I have the problem, because it just be like, yo, how you calling me like a week, like, right? It's a week. We talking, we texting, and then the next week, I don't want to talk to this
but let me
nigga.
ask you, is it something that, but wait a second, but when you do that, do you like let him know, listen, nigga, what you done just did a few minutes ago, I ain't really feeling that, but nigga, you need to sit your ass down somewhere. Do you tell him that, or you just like let it slide and just let it go?
I let him know.
Let it
I let him
go.
know straight up, like, yo, that shit that you did was some fuck shit. I don't like it.
One thing you can always count on is women, we are very vocal. I don't care what no man say.
But-
if you tell me your girl ain't say nothing to you about nothing, she never argues, whatever.
That means she don't care no
It's
more.
nothing she don't like bitch, moan, or complain about. She been checked out. She left.
Yeah, she checked out.
She is reserved. It doesn't. Nothing will ever register. She does not care. She been checked out.
Yeah,
she
I totally
just
agree with that.
playing a role. It's
Wow.
that's
I totally
But
agree.
wait a minute,
That's
if she
it.
done checked out before she checked out, will she? I mean, she gonna let you know, like, look, listen, nigga.
That's what I'm
it's
saying,
a
because
rizzy.
we're very vocal. Yeah, she told him. We will tell you till we blue in the face. We will tell you if something is wrong with the situation. We gonna tell you till we blue in the face, and then after that,
But once you tell you it's blue in the face, but do you give the ultimatum? Do you say, well, listen, nigga, I'm
No.
gonna tell you this one more time. You do this, that, and the other. We spoke about this before.
threatening is never
I
the
can't-
answer.
No.
You never threaten anybody.
Not
That's
threaten,
gonna
not threaten, but like, listen, I can't deal with this.
Yeah, because the thing is though, like in the dating phase, like early in it, when we talk and we getting to know each other, I let the man know off top that I don't give second chances.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like,
And you
is
know why?
everything,
You
like,
know
really
why I don't give
drawn
second
out?
chances? Because men don't give second chances.
Like, what do you mean?
Because guess what? Like if y'all slipped up and went out and had like a baby with somebody else, y'all expect for us, oh, I'm so sorry, baby. Forgive me. But y'all would never take us if we got pregnant by somebody else. There's no way you're gonna be in the house with a woman pregnant with another man's baby. There's no way. There's no way. If you heard that you're like, you could probably say, oh, I messed up, I slept with this chick, I made a mistake, but there's no feelings. You guys are not gonna say that we don't, oh, you slept with that nigga, you don't have feelings. Y'all just already have it in y'all head that we have feelings for dudes.
Well, I mean, I could agree with that to a point. But like I said, there's some dudes out here that are squares. All right? And sometimes, and like I said, they could be real tender.
Right.
And it could go either both ways. And I've seen it. You understand? And some dudes will deal.
Yeah?
Yes. Will deal.
I've never seen that.
Man, listen. I'm telling you. There's some dudes that will deal.
Yeah?
They'll be like, you know what? I love her. But she just, it's, you know, she was at it. Because sometimes a dude will put it on them. because the girl would like make it seem like it was your fault. This is the reason why I had to do what I did.
But the man
I
do
went
that
with
too.
so and so because you know you wasn't there for me. So
it just,
this happened, but I need your support now. And there's some dudes. I mean, there's some dudes like get the you know. But there's some other dudes that really, really, genuinely loves this girl and willing to, no matter what she does,
you gotta show
will
me that type
deal.
of man, because I
Listen,
never came
them
across
niggas
that.
are out there.
Yeah.
There's them niggas. They
it all
I will.
depends.
It all depends. Like I'm telling you, there's some niggas out there that will do it.
Yeah.
They will do it.
I ain't come
now,
across
now,
one
now,
yet.
now, if they stay for the long haul, it's a different story. But there's some dudes out there that would do. Me and you will stand out on the outside like, the crazy clown ass thing.
Yeah.
Did you know what she just did?
Well,
There's some dudes that do it.
Yeah.
I guess I'm that person that people look at like, you crazy ass clown.
Look at you like that? What you mean?
Because you forgiven.
But wait a minute. What type of this is what I wanted to ask you before. Like, what type of forgiving you talking about? You want to forgive though? Like, you very forgiving, but what do you? Where's your line where you say, you know what, I ain't forgiving that one?
I guess
If
not
he
so
came,
many
if he
times.
came
It
to
happens
you,
multiple
vice versa.
times.
So basically,
It
let's
hasn't
turn.
happened
If it turn around, he'd be like, babe, you know, I had a real weak moment, and you know, so and so's
That's
pregnant.
the sad part about it. I know already that it's not gonna be the same.
What you mean it's not gonna be
That's
the
the
same? How?
sad
What do you mean?
part.
What you mean?
Like,
Whoa,
I
whoa, whoa.
know that he would like straight up cut me off.
Yeah, but
What?
that's the man though.
Straight
the
up.
Man, if any like
Straight
I've
up.
had multiple
No
situations
thoughts
that
about
I've
it.
heard of that if the women went ahead and slept because the man automatically think, oh you
Yeah.
got feelings for this dude, that's why you did it. But why
Chop, chop.
why is it that we have feelings but y'all don't have feelings?
Chop, chop.
Well, the thing about it is because we deal with we move more with our eyes than our
But
hearts.
that's the same thing here.
No. Well, the difference is with women. I mean, it's just no way around it. Sometimes y'all
Listen,
do
the
move.
this 2018 type of lifestyle woman
I will agree.
is savages.
I will agree. I will not disagree. But then again, you still have that, 20 to 35, 40% of women that will still move with their heart.
Right.
They'll catch feelings. Women, I mean, it's just inevitable.
I love that.
Dudes, you see, dudes won't move like that. Dudes move with more like they see a big table with food. I'm gonna eat up all this food, but they know they can't eat the food, all the food.
right.
But I'm gonna eat all this shit. This just looks good. I'm gonna eat all this shit up.
Greed.
That's dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Greed.
But women don't do that. Women,
Yeah.
10 times out of 10, women gonna be like, you know what? I just love him. I just love the way he just holds me.
Let me change this. Okay, so at what age
What?
is it appropriate
What?
for us to be talking to our sons and daughters about these situations that they're going to sooner or later encounter in their real relationships as they
I
grow
don't think
up?
the age thing.
When
it
do we
varies,
tell them?
It varies from child to child because
think
some
so.
kids are more mature than some.
Absolutely.
Because even today, I was out with my cousin. It was her son's birthday. Marley, shut up. Shut up.
That's right.
I was out. Sorry about that,
Shut your
guys.
mouth, Mom.
I was out with my cousin and her son. He turned 12. Like he is a very mature 12-year-old. Versus my son, I don't think my son is as mature. So it just varies from child to child. You
I
have
get
to know
you.
that when they're ready for that conversation, you'll know.
I got to be 100% with you.
Yeah.
I got to be.
That's what I
Yeah, I think it varies from child to child because some other childs are way more advanced than others. So
Yeah.
some other
Yeah.
childs ain't even thinking about it.
Speaking of that, I got
Right.
a question for
Like if
you.
I tell,
For me,
Growing up in New York,
Right.
like, when was you able to be just like outside by yourself? At what age do you remember that you were able to leave the house by yourself?
well, I never had that opportunity really.
No?
Because my mother would always tell me, boy, you better not leave the stoop.
So
Back
how
then.
were you raised by the streets too?
Because
he
I
got
never
off that
listened.
stoop.
You never,
listened.
listened.
I never listened. I mean, there was times where, my mother would be like, I'm telling you, my mother would go out and walk the streets looking for me.
No way.
Like, she'd be like, boy, when they tell you for real,
Mr.
do not
Hefe Pepe.
listen to me. My mother would be like, oh, like in the summertime, oh, you just ready, huh? You ready to beat the street. You ready to just beat the street. You ready to get yourself up and beat the street. I'm like, no. She'd be like, yo, sit on the step. I don't want to see you move off that step.
Really?
Yo, we still would find a way to dip and just go out and just be out in the street. You know what I'm saying? And still be out in the street. So,
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean,
And
we
like
still.
you would go to the stop sign, you would like
Yeah, like
test
she
your
would be like, you know,
limits.
I don't want to see you pass that stop sign. I don't want to see you pass that stop sign. Man, we
I'm
was
outta
passing
here.
that stop sign, jumping gates. We was all over the damn place. We was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she couldn't watch us all the time. I mean,
Right.
especially me being outside. So we
Right.
was everywhere in everything. It wasn't the
Right.
greatest thing because again, it was New York City. So
Right.
and in Queens. So I mean, I had lots of friends die.
I want to know like how it looks. Like, is it those like houses that are very close together?
Yeah.
And they have like the stoops and the stairs and
Yeah,
everything.
I mean, where we
Does
live-
it look like that in certain parts? And certain parts has houses.
Well,
Is that
in
how it
Brooklyn,
looks in Queens?
yeah, well, in Brooklyn, it was more buildings. It was more like brownstones because my father owned. like-
Right.
yeah, my
But that's
father
what
And
owned.
the
call them
street
now,
with the
like
trees,
brownstones
the
and
nice,
stuff.
the
Yeah.
nice
Call them that?
trees, right?
Like, some of them had trees and stuff, but where we lived in Brooklyn, we lived in because I was born in Bushwick on Cornelia Street, so it was really pretty much all brownstone. So all the buildings were connected together,
Right,
But they were
right,
like
right.
3-family homes, like three
Right,
families,
right.
And then my father owned a few of them. So my grandmother owned one in Bushwick off of Halsey Street. So and all my grandma lived on the first floor, my sister lived on the second floor, my cousins live on the third floor. So we all was raised in that building,
Wow.
until we moved to Queens, and where Queens was more of
Queens
like
have more houses and stuff.
right.
Like that.
It was more of a middle class
Right,
family,
right.
blue collar area where you lived. It was more houses,
Right.
Okay, it wasn't buildings, but it was more houses, like 2-family houses,
Right.
1-family houses,
Gate.
things like that. Gates and stuff, grass on the front yard and things like that. We played in the backyard. Yeah, that's what it was in Queens. So that's where we lived. But where I lived was South Jamaica, Queens. It was one of the baddest neighborhoods in New York City. I mean, some of
Why do they call it South Jamaica Queens?
well, because it was called South Ozone. It was called South Ozone Park. But the section we lived in, like when we first moved into the neighborhood,
There's a lot of
it was
Jamaicans.
when we first, it was really mainly white in that neighborhood. But when once all the blacks started moving in, everybody moved out. There was like this one white guy that lived across the street. He was a fireman. His name was Pete Kessler. He was married to like a Spanish woman or whatever. But he was a white guy to leave the neighborhood, But it was predominantly a black neighborhood, and it was one of the baddest neighborhoods in the country.
Yeah.
It changed laws, federal laws, all over the
yeah.
country in
It
South
sure
Jamaica,
did.
Queens. So, and that was the neighborhood I grew up in. Where I lived in a neighborhood between Baisley Projects and 40 Projects.
Okay.
So, and those are really notorious projects. A lot of drugs.
And you was right in smack
It was
dab middle
smack
of it.
dab in the middle. There was no way to get around it. It was
Yeah.
just you smack dab in the middle. I mean, when we had to go
Gee
take the bus,
whiz.
like we take the bus to go to school. I had to go down there to catch the bus by the projects.
Mm-hmm.
And you meet, you mix and mingle with all
Yeah.
of the kids.
Right.
You
know
end
what
up
I'm
meeting
saying?
the connect.
Exactly. So, but again, how I was raised, I was never really,
That sounds so cool.
I was never raised as like a follower. So
Right.
I never followed anybody. I was never really intimidated by somebody persuading me to do something or
Right.
whatever, or whatever the case may be. But
Cool.
I mean, that was just what I was raised in.
Of
That's
course, man.
cool.
And that's that's a good situation because like your mother and your father probably were terrified, like with you
Well-
growing up as a boy, growing up
Right.
in the place because
Right.
we always it's always these little these differences with raising girls and boys because
Right.
with girls you worry about them getting pregnant, them going out messing with these person, that and that
Right.
and that, having sex and stuff like that. But with the boys, you got to worry about them getting into all these gangs, the violence,
Right.
and maybe even getting killed at a young
Right.
age.
Yeah, well,
so,
you see, in my situation, it could have really went either way.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because my mother and father, of course, like I said, they really was well respected as far as our inner family and trying to raise us and things like that.
Right.
But they had no clue about
Yeah, what you
what
were
went
doing.
outside in the
Right.
streets. They had,
Right.
I mean, zero knowledge of what. I mean, I could have came in the house with whatever, and they would
they
have
wouldn't
never
know.
suspected like, what is that?
Right.
Unless they just didn't know. But like I said, it could have went either way. I could have been a statistic. I could have been killed because the stuff that I was around,
Right,
things
right.
I've seen, and things like that. It could have just went anywhere.
And that's the thing, like how we would say that, like some people like to be judgmental on the parents, you know, about
Right.
oh, you didn't raise your child right, but
No.
Right.
it's like, okay, well, I'm raising my child like 100%, like to follow the correct and narrow road,
Right.
And it's like he still went out there and followed this negative path.
But you know what it is?
Right.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is with what you're saying. That you could be in, like I said, I was raised in the house with respect,
Right.
going, like I said,
Mother and father.
mother and father. I was I was raised a Catholic,
Right.
so I was baptized.
Yeah, that's New York though.
Right. I was baptized. I had I was communion, confirmation,
Right.
altar boy, the whole nine. It really didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
Once we went outside and was outside in that element,
Right.
it was a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
There was no way that my mother or father could have said, "Steve, don't do this, don't do that." It was up to me to
Right.
make that decision
Right.
out there, knowing what I've learned from other people and other
Exactly.
older people. Because I had like, with me, my sister, because I had like, okay, I don't know why, but I'll go into it. I had 8 sisters.
Wow.
8 sisters.
You were the
And-
only boy?
No, I had 2 other brothers.
Okay.
Right, but I'm the
Wow.
youngest out of 8 of them.
Oh, wow.
Right, so I was raised with 8 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, the youngest girl,
Mm-hmm.
the youngest girl, which her name is Jackie, she dated a guy in the neighborhood
Mm-hmm.
that was well rounded and knew the neighborhood and
Okay.
was well into the neighborhood.
Okay.
Okay, so being that she was dating him,
Mm-hmm.
he see me as like his little brother.
Right.
So he kind of took me around the neighborhood and kept me like under his wing,
Mm-hmm. Right.
and showed me different things and showed me the different things in the neighborhood and
Right.
life and things like that. And kind of like he kind of in a way he kind of guided me. He got actually, God rest his soul. He
Right.
got murdered,
Wow.
but he kind of guided me out of the ways of different things. Like he would tell me, listen, if you're going down this road, this is the road you're gonna go down,
Right.
and this is what's gonna happen to you, or this what could happen to you.
Right. Right.
But if this what you choose to do, this is what's gonna happen. But
Right.
if you do this, then you ain't gotta worry about it. But if this what you choose,
Right.
this is this what can happen.
Right.
So he gave me a lot of the street.
That
He
is
kind of
so
groomed me.
amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he kind of groomed me with a lot of things. Like he would take me in his car and he
Yeah,
would do
just show
certain
That's a
things.
blessing.
Yeah.
God kissed
Yeah,
you.
he would
God
show me.
kissed you.
Yeah, he would show me different things and
Yes.
and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
That is
So
a blessing.
Right,
to have
right.
that.
that's what kind of like guided me. But again, I got pulled in different ways. But
Yeah.
again, I was never really a follower, so no one could just say, "Oh, yo, get in the car.
Yeah.
We're gonna go do this." I'm
And
like,
then you
"Nigga,
gonna
I'm
go
not
do
getting
That
in
is
the
a
damn
blessing.
car."
That's how
Exactly.
I want my husband to be for my son, because you don't know this,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, we got into it when we first started, how we came about,
Right.
and
Right.
everything. You know,
Right.
as far as in Sassy's background situation, how we came up with a title for this podcast, and my situation, and the women that we in the beginning wanted to bring aboard with us because we were so diverse.
Yeah.
Right.
My husband is not the biological, my son's biological father.
Okay.
But I've been with him
He's
since I've
been there
been
since everything.
pregnant.
Yeah. So
Since I've been like
basically-
Wait a minute.
7 months pregnant
So
with my son.
so y'all were together. He's not the biological the father, but
Right.
he loved you and he was with you through the whole
yeah,
thing.
he
He loved you.
He came on,
Right.
after
Yep.
when she was pregnant with someone else that
Right.
wasn't
The
really
crazy thing-
holding up his end of the bargain.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
And,
The-
held it
yeah.
down.
Exactly. But we have a little bit of a history too, because
Right.
we went to high school together.
Oh, okay.
We went to high school together, but I did not know him.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, okay.
whatsoever. Never seen him, and he just
But wait, y'all went to the same high school?
We went
Same
to
high
the
school, they didn't even know
same
each other.
high
That's
Get out
crazy.
of town.
same high school.
But he knew
same
you though.
high school. He knew me.
Oh, so he must have liked you
Because
from
I
back then,
was
though.
noticeable.
He must have been
from
into
the
you.
beginning.
He must. She said.
From the beginning.
Oh my God.
I was noticeable.
Oh
Of
my
course.
God. Oh my God. All right.
But of course,
Yeah.
listen, I'm 1 year older than my husband, so of
Oh, really?
course so I'm.
So you wasn't even
listen,
seeing him then.
What
You
you
wasn't even-
talk?
you wasn't
This
even
is
seeing
what
him.
I tell him every time.
wasn't
Oh,
even
you
I
wasn't even
wasn't
seeing him.
even
boy.
checking for you.
You wasn't even seeing him.
What you talking about? You
So
were
he got-
what?
so he-
I was a junior. You was a freshman.
So he lucked up.
Listen.
He lucked up.
Listen. This is what I try to tell him. Okay? I did not even know him. Okay? This was so crazy. It happened after high school.
Oh,
After
really?
high school, went off to college. I went to a university. We should like submit them. They kind of crazy, but anyway. So yeah, went to a college, and he ended up sending me a message on a social media, Facebook. Sent me a message like, "How you doing?" and all of this
It
nonsense
goes down
or whatever.
in the DM.
Yeah.
In the DM.
It goes
Yes.
down in the DM.
Yes. Sending
Really?
me all this information and everything.
You responded?
And I'm like,
You responded?
Who are you? Yeah.
He sent you a picture of himself and everything?
You know, that's the profile.
Wait a minute.
It's
Hold on,
already
hold on.
there.
So wait a minute. So he contacted you. See,
Through social
I'm not gonna say that.
media.
I'm gonna say that.
Through social media.
Because that's when Facebook was just popping.
Right.
So everybody was on Facebook at that time.
Everybody.
I wasn't.
I wasn't either. I'm telling you, a lot of people was like, yo, I've been looking for you. I was on
I had
Facebook.
it
I'm like,
since-
nigga, I ain't on
I
Facebook.
had it since high school though.
Really?
I had my Facebook since high school.
I recently got it like about 3 years ago. 4 years ago.
To this day, if you could find a picture of me online or find my
I'm
real
all
government
over the
name on the internet, on Facebook, I give anybody
Wow.
some good money.
Wow.
Mr. Hefe Pepe.
Oh, challenge.
Absolutely. If you do find a picture of me online,
Challenge.
it would be a picture that someone else might have posted.
Right.
But it ain't coming from me.
Right.
Challenge.
Right.
But you're not going to find Hefe Pepe
Exactly.
or my government
Exactly.
on the internet.
Exactly.
I mean, because like I said, I was raised in a different type of thing.
Right. And then back in the day, like, niggas wasn't trying to be on no flicks.
And me, exactly. And me,
No
and where I
flicks.
come from and how I
That's
come, when you out here in the street, you swerving, you always trying to stay out the way
Yeah.
and be moving and swerving in a different kind of way. So I was never like that, trying to put my face on camera or whatever the case may be. Even some of my partners will tell me right now, like, yo, they'll say, yo, you never want to be on the front street. I don't never want to be on front. I don't want to be like me doing this on the podcast. It's like,
The man behind the scenes, right where you want to be.
It's
Comfort
different.
zone.
it's kind of like really out my character.
Yeah, it's
Even though you
different.
can hear my voice, you're not really seeing me, but I'm
Right.
talking.
It's a whole
But
different.
it's a
man.
different type of thing. It was something that I was like, damn, I would like to do it because
Yeah.
maybe I could give a point of view.
Right.
Yes.
But
Absolutely.
it's not
So
really
I had
my
to grab
thing.
you up on and say, listen,
Yeah, I
Hefe,
know.
we
And
need
it's kind of
you.
funny.
Yes.
It was kind of funny because I was like, damn, I want to do it,
Yeah.
but it's not really my thing because, like I said, I swerve in a different type of kind of
Yeah.
way. I don't want to
Yeah.
be in the front. I don't want to be people looking and this.
Yeah.
And I'm already paranoid already.
This should
So,
be perfect for you.
well, yeah, it is.
Yeah, because nobody can really see who you
Yeah,
are.
it
Exactly.
is.
She
It's
just give you a
straight
point of view.
personality.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It is.
voice.
Absolutely.
It's the people coming up with their own suggestion and thinks and like thoughts of how you look based upon your voice.
Yeah.
And your interaction.
Yeah.
And just everything. It's
Yes.
amazing. I can't wait to see. Y'all need to paint some pictures of us and tell
and see
how
like
y'all
what
think we
y'all
look.
think. Like like what do you think we?
Well,
look?
I already got some followers from my page, so y'all can't participate.
Really? Oh, you got
No,
followers
no,
already?
No.
You got
Yeah.
fans? You got
Yeah.
fans?
Of course, everybody that's on my IG, everybody that's on my Facebook.
Really?
Yes, they definitely tune in.
Really?
And it's a lot of people that I work with.
Get out of
yes,
town.
asking me what's going on.
But wait, are they listening to the podcast
they
too?
are listening to the podcast and
Really?
they've been asking what's going on.
Really?
What's going on with the podcast?
Okay.
Yeah. I've got a few emails and stuff like that, and there's like, what's going on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What happened?
Yeah.
You know, so
So you be really getting emails and everything? People be
Yeah.
asking and stuff like that?
Yes.
people tune in, man.
Really?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. People's like,
Well,
what's
like I
going
said,
on?
listen. I'm green, so I'm like I'm learning. I'm gonna keep it a hundo.
Yes.
I'm completely green, and I'm just learning about the podcast and
Right.
learning what, how we reaching people and talking to people, and maybe we could just really actually be helping people too.
Of
Right.
course, we
You know what I'm
are,
saying?
because there's a
Definitely.
lot of things that people going through the same scenarios and
Right.
just really don't. They feel like they're in a closed closet because they feel like they're the only ones going through this. But
Right.
it's all over, man.
So far
Everybody,
from the truth.
I really do believe in the thing that's called 6 degrees of separation.
Okay.
You could always be separated by somebody by 6 degrees, and you just don't know what you might be going through, and I might be
Right.
going through.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we might be going through the same
the
thing.
same
Right.
thing, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's just how I see it. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
Yeah,
So,
I hear you, man.
That's just what it is.
That was such a good rap.
Oh yeah, this was a very
Absolutely.
amazing episode. Like the getting back to business episode. We had Mr.
Yes.
Hefe Pepe on the episode.
Yes.
It was lit.
Sure was.
I hope I delivered.
Yes,
hope
you
I
did.
did.
Oh yeah, you definitely
The ladies
did.
will definitely
I
comment.
hope the ladies will comment
Can't
and want me to
wait to
come back.
see
I want to see. I want to see if I get some people to tell they want to hear me again and
Of
want me to come
course,
back.
man. Like
And see if they
you
really,
whenever
really
listen,
enthused.
this door is
and
always
want to be
open
here.
for you. Like whenever you
Well,
able to
I
make it down
definitely-
here,
listen.
be like, yo, Sassy, I'm here. I'm
Right.
here. All right, Mister. All right, Pepe, we gonna do this.
Right.
I'm definitely on consistency. If they want me here, I'll be here. You
Excellent.
ladies want me here,
Yeah, you an honorary member of
All
the Raising
right.
Kings podcast.
I'll be here. I'll be here. I'll be here.
Yep,
All
yep.
right.
So before we close out, was there anything else you guys wanted to really add to this episode?
No, just, be safe. God bless. Be sure to tune in to us each and every Tuesday. We're going to put it up. We want you guys to comment. Let us know what's going on. Always stay tuned.
Well, I appreciate you ladies for having me.
Of
I mean,
course.
for opening up the podcast and let me come in
Of course.
and
In our world.
in your world and us talking about family and talking about our kids. I
Right.
would definitely love to talk about that. What you having, y'all ladies having boys and I'm having
Yes.
girls.
Yes.
And we just having a conversation, talking, just like if we just any other people just sitting out here.
right.
Just our normal
I mean, at the end of the day, we are ordinary people,
Right.
Of course,
you
of
know,
course,
right.
and we just want to have a conversation.
we're gonna have to go
That's
more in
right.
depth with you having female daughters and having that first dating interaction with the
Right.
male and stuff like that, because
Right. Because we've
I
spoken
wanna
about
know how
puberty.
the father feel
Well-
about his daughter dating, and I'm the mother that's
Right.
gonna have to pass my son off like, yo, he's dating
Right.
your daughter, but like how you feel, like, because how the boy thinks.
Right.
Well-
We've had an episode about puberty and all of the deep voice and everything
Well-
of that aspect from a mother's point of view.
Well, I mean, I could definitely chime in on that because, like I said, I do have she just turned 23. So, I mean, we did have
I
conversation.
can remember 23.
Well, and
Bring
like I
me
said,
back.
I would tell her, like,
Take me
even though we
back.
coming out, that's a whole nother segment. Maybe we could do that next,
Oh,
next
yeah,
week or
take
next
me
segment.
back.
Next
Next week.
week.
But I would tell her,
Put that together.
I would like, listen, I would tell my daughter, I try to tell her, listen, I'm a scumbag. I say, this is my thing. I'm a scumbag in remission. And on the next
Listen.
episode, I'll explain it. And I said, if there's anything that you would want to know about these jokers out here, you get it from me. Because I could tell you how they function.
There we go.
So learn from my mistakes so you won't repeat those mistakes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I try
Right.
to tell her. But these, some of you ladies be hard-headed sometimes. I want to learn the hard way.
Sometimes it be a competition
And
thing.
we feel
to
the
see who
same
can
thing
conquer
about
that
our
guy.
boys. Sometimes we're going to be in the stage where we're going to be telling them about these things, but they might be hard-headed too. They might not want to listen either. Because
Listen,
it's coming from a woman.
Right.
They're
Listen.
like, girl, mama,
you don't know no
sit
better.
down.
Absolutely.
I ain't going to be that man that I ain't going to be my daddy.
Well, like I said, these youngsters nowadays, they cut from another cloth,
yeah.
and they doing what they want to do, and they not listening.
They not.
Straight up and
That's
down.
what I'm trying to tell you.
And they just want to do what they want to do. But like I said, like my mother used to tell me, a hard head is
Make
built
a
for a soft ass.
There we
Yep,
go.
yep.
So,
Hey,
With that
everything
being
they
said-
said wasn't bad.
she said everything they
Yeah.
said wasn't bad.
But
But
guess
hey,
what?
what it is, what it is.
This was the Getting Back to Business episode. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to really apologize for all the delays we had for these last couple of months. But please do, I kind of closed on the property. So y'all have to really feel me and understand what it was,
Yeah.
But Sassy is here, Lady Love is here. And we got Mr. Hefe Pepe, a part of our cast now, too. So
Yes.
it's going to just get bigger and better. Just hit us up on Raising Kings raisingkingspodcast@gmail.com for any questions, any topic episodes, or any ideas that you have, or any
Anything.
problems, any issues that you are going through. We are also on Twitter, Raising Kings PC. You can hit us up on YouTube. That's where all the videos going to be posted.
Yep.
SoundCloud.
Yep.
We also got Apple Podcasts
Yep.
involved, and we got Google Play.
Yep.
All you got to do is search Raising Kings Podcast, and you got us, man. You're gonna have all these episodes. I don't even really remember how much episodes we have, because guess what? It's been a while.
Exactly,
But
but
bear
we
with
back
us.
on
But it's a
time.
fresh
Back in the
start. It's a
business.
fresh start.
Back
and we
in
about to
effect.
do what it do.
Back in
That's right.
action. You know what I'm saying? Bigger and better things coming.
Yes. And also, we want to also say about the Foreign Lifestyle Entertainment. It's all coming to you. You got
Okay.
Sassy.
Yeah.
You got Foreign.
Yeah.
You got Hunger.
Yeah.
You got music.
Yeah.
You got merchandise.
Yes.
The whole thing. The website.
Yes.
We're going to have all these things for you. So
Yes.
we got a
Nice.
lot of things up and coming.
That's
and
right.
we want to all bring it to you.
That's
So
right.
it's all coming.
We got the
coming.
clothing. We got everything.
Absolutely.
Oh, and this right here, this Raising Kings podcast is a Sound Mind Studio production. So make sure y'all lock in. We got a lot of things going on. It's entrepreneurship. It's
Right.
black
That's right.
partnership.
That's right.
It's black business shit. We in
Building.
a building. We
Building.
building. We trying to
Wealth building.
create these companies
Yes.
for our
Wealth.
kids, man.
Building
That's right.
wealth for the youth.
For the youth.
And for
Raising
everybody
Kings.
after that.
For the
Raising
youth.
Kings.
For the youth.
Yes.
But guess what? This your girl Sassy,
And I'm your girl, Lady Love.
And this is Hefe Pepe.
and we's out of here.
Good night.
Book, book, book. We love y'all.
Bye-bye.